All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I'm doing good this morning. It's one of these days where we're sitting in the aftermath of yesterday, which, was one of those days where the market had to decide whether it was going to put up or shut up, and it decided to shut up. It didn't do anything. It needed to break one way or the other, and instead we went back into the range. So welcome to range trading. Now, range trading is an interesting situation where I actually like it because it can give me good reversal trades, and it can break at any moment. Right now, in an hour, in a week, in a month. We are right now in the market the exact same place we were 2 weeks ago, which is the exact same place we were 4 weeks ago if you go back and look at a daily chart. So, you know what? I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We are just sitting at a spot where, anything or nothing can happen. Unfortunately, the likelihood is the nothing. Meanwhile, I will solace myself by watching the Olympics. I'm just now getting into the Olympics because if as a Canadian, there's really only one, well, maybe two sports, but there's only one sport that really matters, and that's hockey. And we're getting to the tail end of hockey. This is where it all matters. So
Nice.
we'll see what happens. Canada's playing in about 2 hours, so we'll see what happens. Bob.
Awesome.
and then curling. Yeah, curling was the other sport that Canadians care a lot about. And the cheat gate. The man, it's like headline news in Canada. The rest of the world, I'm sure, does not care at all about curling. And it was interesting because it was a very un-Canadian response from the skip of the men's team, where he sort of went on a little rant after being called out. And you know what? They were right. He did cheat. He did actually. They of course, with the camera angles everywhere, they did slow it down and show, and he poked it. I don't know if you've seen the memes. They are all over Canada because they're also in the figure skating. I guess there's been a number of men that have fallen in the figure skating. So what my wife was showing me all these memes, of course, that are going around Canada where they say, well, we know why everybody's falling now. So every sport, figure skating, snowboarding, wherever they fall, they have a picture of the skip with his finger going like this and poking the guy so that he falls down.
Nice.
So I find it very funny, but yeah, it's yeah, I have to admit it was sort of embarrassing as a Canadian to have somebody go all angry publicly like that. That we should do better. I felt he should have come out with a statement and said, you know what, on review, I was in an emotional time and I apologize, but he has not apologized. So, oh well.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it happens, man. It happens.
It wasn't.
It's
It wasn't cheating. It was fair enough. Cheating is a harsh term. It wasn't intentional. It's not like he tried to do it. You're right. It was a rules infraction. Whatever it was one that frankly, anyways, it was one of those things. But
yeah,
however, let's there's things happening in the market. We still have trading to do here. So
yeah,
let's
yeah.
let's take a look. I do
Let's
have
take a
some
look at I know you have some
yeah.
new stuff on there. Quick look at our gappers list. Pretty much in no, nothing fancy going on. A couple of things in the green, a couple of things in the red. A lot happening today. As Peter's going to show you now in the U.S. economic calendar of what is going on for today.
Yeah, we have actually some surprising good news in the data that came out. Housing starts and building permits just came out, and both numbers are above forecast. So we can see housing starts about 100,000 over at 104, 1.4 million, sorry, versus 1.3, and the building permits came out about 50,000 higher here at 1.45. So it's I guess that's good news. There hasn't been a lot of good economic news recently, so we'll take anything, I suppose. Does the market care? Not really. Not really. Anyways, I wouldn't expect it to. The most interesting thing today is not going to be the 9:15 data. It's likely to be the minute release for the FOMC January minutes. Not expecting anything new, right? Remember that with the FOMC, they have about a month before they release their next interest rate. However, that's expected to be no change. we'll see if that happens or not. However, the January minutes shouldn't show anything new. The computers always like to read them, usually get a little bit of a move. So just be aware if you're hunting trades or in a trade this afternoon at around 2 o'clock. The algos will kick off. They'll read the minutes. The market will move, and most likely it'll move in a direction and then go back to where it started from. Again, that's almost always what happens. Almost always. There's never an absolute. So, but 2 o'clock is probably the time to watch if you're looking for economic data. So
And look up
that's
for
all.
that, friends.
Yep.
Around 2 o'clock today. All right, let's get to this gap versus friends brought to you by tradingterminal.com, where you can find all kinds of trading tools available to you to get your trading journey started. Let's start with the first one on here, GLBE. Global E Online is the name of the company. They're up 23% this morning with 33,000 shares traded. It is a higher flow at 106 million, but man, this daily doesn't look good. This intraday doesn't look good either. So probably not going to be on my list, friends. Big gap up, little volume. It won't make my list this morning.
Global E Online is the company. I don't even know why. I got no news. I guess they had earnings maybe this morning. It is certainly not one of the ones I was watching. There are a bunch of earnings. I shouldn't ignore that, Carlos. There's a bunch of earnings happening out there, but they're all companies that we just don't follow or trade. So it looks like they did have earnings. They beat on revenue. This is a company though. Their quarterly revenue is 336 million. They over delivered on bottom line. So whippy. Yeah, I don't like it. What do these guys even do? Powering better global e-commerce, transforming how merchants and shoppers across the world engage directly. Sure, they do. All right. So, okay, they're an online commerce marketing type company, not something we trade.
Yeah, doesn't fit our criteria, friends. We'll leave that one alone. Next one on here is SEDG. It's the next on deck. So let's, a second here. I gotta move some stuff around. It's in the way of my mouse. All right, here it is. SEDG. We are up here 14% this morning, 544,000 shares traded, and we are sitting at a float of a 58 million. So not a low float, a little bit higher here this morning. Breaking out on the daily, so that looks pretty nice. Pre-market action, I wish looked prettier, but it doesn't. You know, it's got a nice pop there. I think it needs a little more for us, but could be interesting. Solar Edge Technology, Peter, is the name of the company.
Yep. Well, we've seen them quite a bit, especially back when solar was more popular and more active in the markets. The volume's really dropped off in the markets, though. So we're not seeing all that much interest recently. They did have earnings again this morning. Exact same place as Global E Online. Anyways, 335 million of revenue. They actually lost less money than expected, so they only lost 14 cents a share versus 23. So I guess that's good news. But again, the volume. I mean, they've traded 550,000 shares this morning. On their way to perhaps slightly better than their normal volume of 2.6 million. Look, anything that normally trades less than about 10 million shares, I don't typically like to look at for volatility. So I don't think Solar Edge is going to have its moment today.
Yeah, I don't think it will. It can get interesting here on the intraday action if it gets more volume, but I'd rather look at other things, I think. All right, let's look at mRNAs next on the list this morning, friends. We are up today 444,000 shares traded. Pre-market action looks pretty nice, actually. So you got a nice little pop here of 7%. And the daily's been all over the place. They've been very active. They've had a couple of news headlines break out throughout the last month or so. You can see here all 2026, even December, starting December, they've been moving very, very well. Much better than what we saw in September, October. It's just kind of sideways, no action, lighter volume here. December, they kicked it off pretty nice, and they've been doing pretty good as far as the daily goes. So, Peter, continuing this morning, up 7.4, 440,000 shares traded. Any news today?
Yeah, there is actually. About a week ago, the FDA had rejected Moderna's submission of a flu vaccine, the mRNA 1010. And for some reason today they said, actually, you know what? Let's take a look at that. We'll take a look. So maybe Moderna's figured out whose palms to grease. So they said they're going to review this within the next month. No, I lie. August the 5th. Oh, I misread that. Never mind. They're going to review it within the next several months. But that's good news for mRNA because now they have a shot at getting this flu vaccine approved by the FDA. Now, there's, of course, a lot of hoops to go through. They got to go through the full review process. But the fact they're even looking at it is a change and enough to move the company higher this morning. Tradable, still very questionable, Carlos. It's maybe possible. This is sort of on, it's one of those edge, during the pandemic is when we first started paying attention to Moderna, of course. They had tons of volume, tons of activity. They were just gunning and running and gunning every day. Yeah, we're a few years past that, right? Where the volume, interestingly, has ramped up over the last year, but I haven't really seen that much, fun trading opportunities. Maybe today will spark a change. I'm not that hopeful.
Yeah, same here. All right, next one on here, guys, is Riot. So Riot also up 4% this morning, 789,000 shares traded. So a little bit of some action here today. I have not looked at this stock in a very, very long time. But at this point, they're getting a little bit of volume and some action as far as capping up. So Peter, anything interesting happening?
I don't really see any much news. There was an activist investor that was speaking out. They're an investor in Riot, and they're trying to push the company to go from their focus on, well, look, like I told about mining, Bitcoin mining, to AI. And it feels a little late to that party, but certainly maybe it might be a good move, as we were talking about yesterday and previously. Right now, not the good time to be doing Bitcoin related things, whether you're a treasury or whether you're mining it. The returns are reducing daily, it feels like, whereas at least AI is still popular. That being said, when we get in a faltering economy, being, late to the party in AI may not be the best place to be either, because, spending has to stop at some point. I saw this great meme the other day where people said they were talking about RAM prices, which have gone up significantly. Like, they've almost quadrupled in the last 3 months or something. And they're saying, well, why have RAM prices increased? Because, of course, there's a huge demand for people that need RAM to put in the chips that haven't yet been built for orders that haven't yet been paid for with money that doesn't yet exist for companies that don't yet know what to do with it. So, I'm thinking, yeah, that feels about like how AI works right now, right? So, it does feel like it's one of these Ponzi schemes that's got to collapse at some point. Either that or the robots just take over and it's all meaningless. So we'll find out
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, there's definitely a push for this AI thing, man. Even land. I was hearing something on Bloomberg today where land in Texas, they used to be sold for homes, or like a retail buyer. Let's say you want to buy a home, land, whatever. There it's up 22% now because they'd rather sell to data centers. So data centers are buying land for a lot more
Well,
costs to build these data centers. So it's getting out of control, man. This
well,
AI data stuff is happening.
It, when you look at it, right, you're right, Carlos, right? There's an entire series of industries that have boomed on the anticipation of the massive demand that's needed. Data centers is just one example, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we've seen the chip companies, and we know, like, for real, NVIDIA, Micron, right? They're actually benefiting because their customers are buying, because that's near the front end of the chain. But the problem is, you've got customers that are buying these on the anticipation of building big things and data centers that don't yet exist where they need land, on the anticipation that customers are going to be clamoring for the services. If that doesn't pan out, if there's no customers at the tail end, this is going to collapse very quickly. So it seems decreasingly likely that we're going to have all the demand that everybody's anticipating here on AI. So, I'm not to the point where I'm ready to start shorting everything and, going in my long-term retirement portfolio and shorting it, but I am looking, saying, how long can this sustain itself, right? Like it won't take much of an global economic downturn for the prospects on AI to just, start to turn in the wrong direction. And with the market moving sideways, like we said at the top of the show, it's a little bit of a risk. So, anyways, it's as a day trader, it gives us opportunity to watch this, right, and take opportunities day after day as we see things happen. And this is gonna be great because there's gonna be people that are still bullish. There's going to be people like me that are thinking the other way, which means that we could see some interesting volatility even if the market goes nowhere. So, one of the decreasingly likely. You like that, Raf? Yes. Anyways, but we'll see what happens. Again, I'm just hopefully able to play the swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Should be interesting. And people are starting to really worry about coin. I'm hearing a lot more that, hey, this is the bubble. This is
Well,
they were
and
going over the number of
exactly.
drops, Peter. It was like all these coins are down 80, 90. Besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, I
So
think it is. Everything's down like 80,
yeah,
79%. Like they're just in the gutter. Like, and there was a
Uh,
guy on today who was like,
Ross,
we're done. This is done.
yeah. Ross in the chat room posted something. I don't know if you've got it there, Carlos, or I can put it
Let me
up
pull it
on the
up.
screen I'm
Yeah, if you could
sharing.
pull it up, yeah.
I got it right here. But you talk about bubbles. Here it is. So this is the tulip price index. So this is the first
Yeah.
recorded stock market bubble, right? When tulip bulbs just went crazy in price, and as you can see how they went from under $10 to over $200 over a couple of years, and then the market collapsed, and people lost fortunes because they were investing in tulip bulbs. 1637, right? My point out of this is that the fact that we're still talking about this just shows how pervasive this bubble psychology is in the markets. It happens over and over and over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we shouldn't be surprised, right? It's going to happen to AI. I personally am convinced. Now, one of these days, one of these things will prove us wrong. But you just have to look back to every other thing that happened, right? Does anybody remember what NFTs are? Right? I mean, we had a crypto
I
bubble.
knew that one was BS from the minute I saw it. The Bitcoin I wasn't too sure on, but when I heard the NFT and these monkeys selling pictures for like a GIF, I'm like,
Yeah,
you're out of your mind. Like you have gone too far with
right,
this. And yeah, look what happened.
right.
That didn't last long.
And it doesn't the thing is that some people forget because they're like, yeah, but AI is real. It's a real thing. Look, crypto is real. It's a real thing. We're using it. It's active in most of our technologies, and it's formed part of how we conduct business. But there was a crypto bubble too. It basically got overinflated before it settled at a point at which the market could sustain it. We've seen the same thing. Remember the internet tech bubble? We can't say the internet was
Yes.
a
Yep.
fad. It's still real. But you get to a point where these things get overinflated. That's where I feel AI is. Again, we've just seen this pattern so many times. So it's worth just keeping that in mind, right? When is it going to happen? How bad will the drop be? It depends on so many factors that's the magic that, right, basically nobody can predict. But it's worth understanding that so you don't get caught too much. You don't want to be the as Brian in the chat room would say, you don't want to be the greatest fool, right? So you want to get out before the music stops, or you're going to be left without a chair. So.
That's it. That's it, my friends. Um, all right, let's continue here. Again, Riot, I don't like it. Keep it off my list. Here's one that I might like today, PLTR. PLTR, again, hit or miss. It can't trade very well. Today, they're up 3%, 1.5 million shares traded. So I do like that. I do like their daily here, trying to hold some support after dropping in the last couple of weeks. So it will be on my list. I like the volume. I like the pre-market. Peter, what's your thoughts on it?
Uh, PLTR. Well, we talked about this the other day, right? How it's one of those that it can move on any given day. It can give us good trading opportunities. I actually don't see any. I don't have any news on it. I like today. Yeah, I mean, there's always news on PLTR, but I don't see anything that's worthy of making it move. Apparently they're looking at moving their head office into Florida potentially. So it announced yesterday that it's going to be moving its headquarters to Florida from Colorado to get a better tax treatment. So, I mean, that's
Yeah,
something, I
yeah.
guess. Maybe that's why it's moving. Did they have
Mark Zuckerberg, I heard, just bought a house in Florida. 130
Oh, good for
million. So
him.
he's looking to move out of Florida, out of California as well.
Yeah,
Florida's the
but
place
that's
to
like,
go, man. He doesn't want to get hit with
yeah.
like
I mean,
11
look,
billion dollars of taxes. Of
Zuckerberg buying a place for 130 million in Florida is like us going to a hotel, or going on vacation.
yeah,
Like
a
it really,
four to 3 star hotel, not even a 5 star hotel.
yeah,
Yeah,
he doesn't really notice that. He's like, what? Yeah, whatever. I'll play the game. Sure, I'll buy a spot. He may never even visit the house. You have no idea. So,
yeah, yeah.
anyways,
PLTR,
people are
we
saying
love
that
it.
PLTR has
Yeah,
apparently partnered with Rackspace. I'm not seeing that news here, but I'll take your word for it if it's happening. So,
rack
anyways,
space. Okay.
look, whatever happens, it could be interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like it. I like the dating. I also like the pre-market, so we'll add it on the list. I think it looks good this morning.
it,
Um,
we're igniting some conversation. I find it interesting. I wanted to go back to this just momentarily.
oh
Tim
yeah,
in the chat room was saying, as to my comments, I get it, but my grandma didn't buy NFTs or crypto when I was talking about those as boom and bust cycles, but she uses Chat GPT every day. But think about what you just said, right? And this is the thing I want people to be aware of. She uses Chat GPT every day. She uses it now. We're already using some of the AI technologies, and yes, they're slowly integrating into our life. I'm not saying the technology is not real, but do we need the massive data centers that people are building for the future? Do we need all of the chips that they have orders for in the future? We are using it today. The question is, are we overbuilding for demand that may never materialize? Or the technology could move on before those things are even built and they're not needed anymore, right? That, to me, that's the bigger question. It's not whether it's real or not. It's real. Absolutely. But it's whether we're
yeah,
overbuilding and whether, companies are overvalued based on the expectation of what it's going to deliver. That's the reality. Again, go if you want a better example, you don't like those two, use the internet boom and bust, right? Look at that big meteoric rise that happened back in the day, back in the 90s. I worked for Nortel Networks as a telecom company. We're using the internet today more than we ever did before, but it still had a massive boom and bust cycle that just showed it was overvalued at the moment. So, for
yeah.
consideration.
Yep, I agree. I think those cycles even happen much faster now than it did before too. But you can be surprised. Look at coin. A lot of coin stuff survived for a very long time, and I don't know if that's the case for the near future. So we'll see. PLTR, I put it on here. Last one on the list is ONDS on the gap up list this morning. ONDS, we're up 2.4, 1.5 million shares traded. I know our community's been watching this one quite a bit. There's a lot of swing trading going on this thing. Did dip down to about 8:30 or so, and then moved up to 10:30 in the last couple of days. So in play this morning, good volume. I have not day traded this one, Peter. I'm not sure if you have, but I'm on the fence on this. For day trades, I don't think it's a great one, but we have seen it make some really good moves, especially if you look at the daily here between beginning of the year, had a really nice run all the way up to 15, and some of these days were okay, but for the most part, I have not really put it on my list. Will you have it in yours today?
It was one of the ones that you're right. In the room we were talking about at the beginning of the year is a stock to watch. No, I've never day traded, and no, it's not going on my list for today. While it's got 1.5 million shares traded, and there is some news on it. It looks like that they've got an opportunity to work with the German government to put in a bid, anyways, to deliver some services for them. They're evolving into new markets. The company's doing well. I just don't think it day trades. I mean, it gets volume. I can't argue that. I haven't liked the way it moves. Carlos, I I don't know. You know what? Being that I don't have anything else on the list, maybe I'll put it in there. I'm rethinking this because I'm
Yeah,
looking
our
at
list is light
yesterday's
today.
price action. Yesterday wasn't bad, actually. Friday was not good, but yesterday wasn't bad. But it'll be knocked off my list lickety split if I find something I like better.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe secondary or something here for me, and we'll see how it goes. All right, let's continue. That covers our gap up, Peter, for the most part. And Matthew, yes, in chat, I agree with your comments. Man, this AI stuff, people love talking about this. We could do a whole show on AI conversation. But I agree. I think companies, you're right. Companies have no choice but to invest in AI because what they're going to do with all this money they're making? They just can't sit on it. They got to
Right.
move it, right? They got to put it somewhere, right? I mean, these guys are making a hand over fist when it comes to profit. So why not throw it in AI? What else are you going to do with it? Don't throw it in Bitcoin. That's a losing battle right now. Don't put it there, you know? So yeah, put it in AI. And at the end, some companies like NVIDIA are going to win because they're producing the products. And other companies that don't know how to make money with AI are going to be left with the bag hanging. I think that's what's going to happen. You see a lot of those companies like, how are you going to make money that you now have AI, quantum, this and that? How is that going to give you more profit? And that's the bottom line. Some companies are not going to have an answer for that, and that's when things are going to go bad. All right, friends. Peter, as far as the gap up this morning, anything you like on here that might not be on the list?
Well, we certainly have a lot more, a more robust gap up list than we did yesterday, don't we? Where everything was sort of on the red side. Most of the stocks that we tend to look at are gapping higher. The Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, we already talked about PLTR, Netflix, even Microsoft, Amazon, all moving higher. So, they're all sort of options. I like the usuals. Once again, Tesla, which is still green, but just barely. As it's been moving down here this morning, right back to the close that it had set at yesterday. So we'll see what happens. Nvidia, I also like the look of this morning. So I think there's some trade opportunities. Remember what happened yesterday, right? Everything was gapping down. We got that little false move higher at the open just to head fake everybody out, and then we sold off. And the short was the play of the morning, really, wasn't it? So today, who knows which way we're going to go? I'm not prejudging anything, but I think you can pick your favorites and go with it. Of course, with all that stuff gapping up, what's gapping down? The one that always moves in the opposite direction, and that's Apple. Apple has been remarkably consistent in doing the opposite. Even yesterday, as things were dropping, Apple was climbing. It had a pretty good day yesterday. It was up, and it basically was going up for almost all day. So today, of course, while other things are gapping higher, it's gapping down. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
haven't
should be
figured out how
interesting.
to trade that profitably, but it does seem to be, the last couple of weeks, it definitely, well, a couple of weeks, almost a couple of months, it's been doing exactly the opposite of what the rest of the market is doing.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the daily here. I didn't notice how much they dropped in the last couple of days. Look at the drop here from 275 down to 260. I mean, I know we had a sell off, but I didn't realize how big it was for Apple on the daily here. So some pretty strong days there. This morning 2.5. It's got some good volume. I can add it to the list. We got space. I don't have a lot here, only PLTR, so I will add Apple today and see how that does this morning. Our gappers list, friends, let's take a look. We have starting with FVRR leading the gap down this morning, down 23%, 809, well, 902 now, 1,000 shares trade. So it's getting great volume in this pre-market as it continues to drop. Oh wait, this is Fiverr, the work company.
Fiverr.
Nobody's. Is this Fiverr like the people you hire like to do stuff?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
where you
yeah,
can you
yeah.
can
Oh,
sort
they're
of
done.
contract
Yeah,
yourself out and
these
take
guys are done.
small jobs or
Yeah,
service jobs, whatever they are. And
bankrupt. Everything's going to ChatGPT, man. I just go to ChatGPT. I'm not hiring nobody. These guys are done. It's just you
no,
go be a developer for like ChatGPT, OpenAI. Go do some programming over there. These guys are not going anywhere. But yeah, I'm
oh
just kidding, of
man,
course. I'm
look
just
at
kidding.
you.
But look at the charts. Not
Oh,
looking good. Look at this.
have you
It's not looking
have
good.
you ever like used Fiverr for anything? Have you ever
I have.
contracted?
Yeah, I
Have
have.
you?
I used some really great guys there. But you know what I noticed? I had a really good guy that was doing some video editing for me. I hired him for a while. Actually, the banner. You see the banner down here, Peter, that we
Yeah.
have. This banner right here. This was done by a person we hired. This connection with
Okay.
the VMix, that was all
There you
connected
go.
there. And then I tried to hire him to do something at the bottom of this banner. You see the white part where it says live stream? I tried to hire
Yeah.
him to do something else. He's like, nah, I'm not doing it no more. He's like, it's just not working with Fiverr anymore. So and he wouldn't do it on the side either. He's just not interested. He's people are, I guess after COVID, man, people just want to chill. They don't want to have like 3, 4 jobs on the side. They're not doing that, man. They want a work life balance. They rather make
Nobody's
less and just,
nobody's
enjoy
hustling
life.
anymore.
Nah, he's not
What the
hustling.
heck?
He's like, I'm not doing that anymore. I just got my regular job. I'm like, okay,
Y-
I'll
Yeah,
pay
I'm,
you.
I'm
Pay
getting
you
the
good.
Zen. I'm getting the DAS. Yeah, it disconnected just like yesterday at this time. That's weird. What's going on? I hate it when that happens. It throws me off my game. Anyways,
Yeah.
all right. That's odd. I haven't seen that from the DAS platform in very very long time. But yes, it looks like
I
it's
saw it
disconnected.
yesterday too. Like right when you got it, I got it as well. I don't have it this
Yeah.
morning. But yeah. All right, so Fiverr, man, what's going on? There's no
Anyways,
work. What's
Fiverr
happening?
earnings. So well, maybe you're right, Carlos. Everybody's jumping off the platform. Their revenue was lower than expected. They did actually meet their bottom line earnings. So I mean, because they make their percentage off of it as a company and a platform, right? So, but less revenue, which means less services being offered, and their forecast was well below analysts' expectations. So now you got to keep in mind the size of this company. We did 107 million in the last quarter. So relatively small. The trading volume here is typically very low. I think they get around a million, maybe under a million shares. Yeah, they trade around a million shares a day, so it's not one of the ones I'm going to be watching. They're down quite heavily this morning, but I just don't. The volume would have to pick up for me. It's also a NYSE traded stock, which also makes it a little weird. Uh, yeah, I just can't see it end up being trading, being one of the ones that I'm going to watch. I'm going to put it on a secondary list here just for interest's sake, but I doubt it's going to pan out.
Yeah, I honestly think this is one of those. I'm just thinking more like, what else would I hire them for? I will hire them for like very hard Excel formulas. Not anymore. Just plug it into ChatGPT.
No,
Uh,
you just go to your AI bot, right?
yeah, and it just kicks it out. So, what are people getting hired for? Because usually it was computer stuff. Like they're not going to come clean your house, right? So, what are people getting hired for? Yeah, it's not good. Not a good deal. All right, friends. I don't like it personally to put on my list, so we'll keep it off. Let's look at Pan and W, Palo Alto, which we've seen plenty of times on our list. Today they're down 8%, 959,000 shares traded. So big drop for them. Peter, what's the latest and greatest here? Usually not a great day trader, but maybe today with this drop.
Maybe this is the one earnings that we were looking for after hours yesterday. So they and always it doesn't really matter what they do in quarter. It always matters about the forecast, and they actually cut their guidance for the 2026 fiscal year, and is citing a couple of things, right? More competitive challenges, plus more cost from their recent acquisitions than anticipated. So it's not where they expected. So their revenue, they actually increased their revenue guidance, but they think that their costs are going to be higher as well, which means they have to lower their earnings guidance. So bottom line, they're getting pushed lower, as you can see. Carlos, this is the one that I always like want to trade well. I didn't watch it after hours. It looks like it didn't do all that bad in the earnings. I'm not sure if anybody stuck around here in the room long enough, but how was the actual trading after hours? I mean, it looks like it could have been okay, but volume was pretty low. We're talking about 20,000 shares a minute, so it doesn't look like it was would have been active enough to create some energized trading. But for today, you know, it's a possible, but it's sort of like the Fiverr, it's one where I've got to see it really do something interesting at the open for me to continue to watch it. And my anticipation is I would drop it very quickly. So.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat with you on that one. So I'll put it on here because again, there's not a whole lot. I mean, I think this one can be in play today, and there's not a whole lot that looks great. And I do like the drop. So let's add it on here. First time I think I put this on my list in a very long time for sure. All right, let's see what else, friends, on this gap down list. APLD, Applied Materials. Oh no, Applied Digital. It's a different one. These guys are down 8.4. Looks like action last night. So after hours, a little bit of a drop here. Pre-market going flat for the most part. Their volume on the daily is a little bit lighter than I would like, but we can get some good trading out of it, and we have seen traders in our community actually trade this very well. So today in play, Peter, some good volume, down 8.4. What do you have for us on this one?
Good old Applied Digital. So, why are they dropping today? Oh, I see. It's NVIDIA's fault. Interesting. Okay. Applied Digital is dropping because NVIDIA sold their stake in it. I
Oh.
don't I don't know remember, NVIDIA has invested in almost everything. So the fact that they're adjusting their portfolio is not a big deal because, again, they've got this massive portfolio of things that they've invested in. However, it looks like they sold. It's not the only company. They sold their stake in WeRide as well as Recursion Pharmaceuticals. But yeah, that seems to be what's pushing it down.
There you go. Not good for them. This morning should be interesting at the market open. But I don't think by much. I think the move down already's been done here. I don't think you're gonna get a whole
Yeah,
lot out of it.
exactly.
It also depends how much they sell. It can't be that big, right? It's just the Nvidia name effect that you're getting here. It can't be that much because I know they put their fingers everywhere, right? They had ARM, they had all these other places they bought stakes in. So I don't know if that's gonna be a big deal for them.
Yeah,
All right.
I can't imagine it was that big of a stake because they haven't dropped that far. Let's face it. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they're down 8%, but it's not like they're down 30%. So
Right. Right.
anyway,
SBSW, friends. This is a mining company, and again, as you can see here, pretty much similar to what you've been seeing with the mining
Banyes.
involved. You've been seeing the big up and the down and down here. So today they're down 4.7. They don't trade very well, so I'm not gonna have them on my list. I think there's better things to trade if you want to trade some of these mining companies. There's better ones. One that I see many people trading is probably one of the best one to look at is SLV. If you look at SLV, it's very similar daily as you have with SBSW, right? Look at the daily there. Very, very similar. Although SLV is not down today, they're actually up 5%, which is nice. Actually, looks pretty good. It's not on my list, but look at this, Peter. Up 5%, 4.7 million shares traded. Nice, clean pre-market action. I think this should be on the list, actually. SLV. I'm going to put that there, but let's go back to SBSW. Anything significant you want to share on this, Peter?
I mean, these guys, they're a South African mining company. They're sort of in the middle. They're embroiled, like a lot of companies, in the international push and pull of rare earth metals. One of the things that they mine is palladium, and they're sort of in the middle of a little bit of a debate between the U.S. and Russia on. Tariffs, of course, on the palladium trade, and who's zooming who. So, I don't know, like these mining stocks just don't trade well. So, win or lose, whoever wins that debate, it's really not reflected in stock movement directly. So it makes it really hard to trade. I usually just avoid the whole sector.
Yeah, I am doing the same. I don't like it here. All right, let's stop here, Peter. Well, actually, we got two more you might want to talk about. SanDisk and AMD, right? I know those. So you kind of mentioned AMD a little bit earlier as one of our usual suspect, but here's SanDisk. We are down today, 2.6, 2.5 million shares traded, and AMD is right below it. Also down slightly this morning. So, what's your thoughts on those? And are you going to be having any of these on your list today?
Well, SanDisk is in that space, right, where we had a number of companies that were producing, memory and memory chips that really just skyrocketed over the course of a couple of months. And you just have to look at the chart to realize when you go up so meteorically, if I can say the word, you're likely to come down a little harder. So I'm not surprised to see them gapping down. It's part of their normal movement. I don't see nothing new. There's no new news on it. So, if you like it, trade it. If you don't. I admit, I watched it for a period of time, never actually ended up taking a trade. And it is a hard stock to trade with at a $600 price, roughly, and a big spread. So, if you like it, I know people are talking about it yesterday because it did make some moves yesterday afternoon as it was, sort of losing some altitude. Probably not. Well, not probably. It's not going on my list today unless something magical happens. So, it's moving down, but not enough
No.
for me. AMD, like you mentioned, it's one of the few. It's actually gone red, and sort of it's down to, what is it, 2.3% right now, but the volume's low, so it looks sort of like a normal movement day for AMD. In fact, that's AMD is pretty much most of what I traded yesterday. So yeah, I'll be watching it for sure, but I don't know that it's going to do anything extra special today.
All right, there we go. And that pretty much covers our gap up and gap down list, Peter. Unless you want to add anything else that might not be on the list this morning, gapping down. See, our gap up list is getting a little bit bigger. So some names coming in here. Rocket Lab, I see on there. Some more mining companies, like we see SLV, right? SLV was up. We just looked at that one, and you can see some of these mining companies going green. Besides SBW, right? SBSW is still going the other way. But Peter, as far as the gap down, anything that's not on here that you like?
Nothing that we haven't talked about. I
Yep.
think that we yesterday we touched on a couple of things that didn't end up that were just like wacky, like MSTR. Remember we mentioned that yesterday morning? You look at
Yeah.
the chart yesterday. It was just crazy to try and trade. So I just stayed away from that. Like that would have up and down up. It's just if you're good at the momentum swings, you might have loved this stock, but I was just looking at it going, I don't even know what to do with this thing. Just too much for me. So I left them alone. But other than that, Carlos, yeah, I think we've got the best targets, and then we just got to watch the scanners today. When markets get into these choppy mid-range periods, you got to worry about just what the market does. Most things are going to follow, so I'm not expecting a lot of independence. I think we're going to be following a general trend, and I keep staring at this daily chart, the SPY chart here, and as we sit in this in this mid-range, I'm thinking it just doesn't feel like it's positioned to have a day where things are going to go very far. So I hope I'm
Yeah.
wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Yep, I'm with you, man. You can see the SPY here too, like the back and forth, right? This support held yesterday. This 676 area, 678, holding pretty nice here. So we did get the bounce there, and let's see if we can get towards the all-time high. So can we say crisis averted? We're not falling into recession now until about another 2 days,
Yeah,
maybe.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
all right.
it did move lower and then end up slightly green on the
Yeah.
day. But I just said, like, it look where we're opening the day. Like, it's so mid-range to this
Yeah.
whole trading range where we've been for this entire year that it just feels like, it's not the day where it's likely to break out of it, especially not with the way we're starting, right? There's
Yeah.
no there's no explosive moves. We're not pushing hard. There's not extra big volume. I feel like the market's just it's in a wait mode right now. I don't know what it's waiting for. You never usually know
Hmm.
until it happens, but you can just look back right at the other days where it often just sort of sits here for a while before it decides to do something. So
Yep. Yep. 100%. Um, All right, friends. Let's get to you guys. Let's see what you guys like. Man, not a lot coming off this gappers list this morning. So again, it's a lot on here. A lot that I don't like, but pretty light as far as my list. PLTR, Apple, Pan, W, and Silver, and all of these really could be. Besides PLTR, all of these fall into that kind of possibles categories. They're not great. So we'll see at the market open who gets the volume, what our usual suspects look like, and where we can take advantage. Uncle D trades over on X is giving us Intel. Let's take a look at Intel this morning. I'm not a big fan of the way Intel trades, but I see always with volume. Here it is, 1.2 million shares traded, and here's the reason why. I can't fault them too much yesterday because a lot of stuff looked like this, right? So it's not their fault they're trading like this. But I gotta say though, Intel tends to do this more often than not, right? So I'm not a big fan, but I know you guys love watching this one and probably have done very well with it in the past. PLTR I do have on my list. mRNA we looked at. I see a couple of people throwing out mRNA. Let's take a quick look at it again before we dismiss it here. Yeah, you know what? After going through the gap up and gap down, this looks great. Like it's like you're going into the club. You go into the club and you pass a few couple of people that might look interesting, and then after you come around, you see what else is in the back. You're like, you know what? The front looked pretty good. Let's go back over there because there's nothing good in the back. So this is what mRNA looks like right now. It looks really good. So we might need to add this to the list. I'm going to add this right over here, at least as a secondary for mRNA, because that pre-market action looks awesome now after going through that brutal gappers list. All right, so there it is. mRNA on the list there. Great example. Yeah, it's like yeah. Let's not go too down that rabbit hole because it can get pretty messy. But AMD, yes, AMD is another one that Again, looks like everything else slightly down this morning. Good volume. Yeah, you could add this to the list. I mean, we're gonna be watching this for sure. Yeah, let's add AMD on here. What else, friends? SMCI, another one that's probably just slightly, yeah, slightly green, not doing a whole lot. It's a market day today, guys. Market day and scanners day today for sure. SEDG. What do we have? Did we look at SEDG? I believe we did.
We did.
Probably one of
We
the
did.
first ones we looked at here. Yeah, I don't like the daily volume. They're in play today, clearly. Up 14%, 706. And as I mentioned before, this looks good now after going to the the front door there. This looks like it can possibly be active today. So I will add in the secondary. We got to be careful with the volume though. And how's the spread on this thing? Actually, not bad right now for it being pre-market and not doing a whole lot. So not too bad. But be careful with the spread. Let me remind myself, what's the float on this thing? 58 million, so that's not bad. Let's watch it. Secondary. Let's see if this is going to turn into something. My bet that is not going to, but we got the room to look at it today. Rocket Lab is another one that's again just slightly up, guys, but not doing much. I mean, this is not really great at the moment. I'd rather watch something like a Tesla, to be honest, right? Tesla, which is my most traded ticker according to Interactive Brokers. So of all time. So here it is, Tesla. It is bouncing off the previous day close. Yeah, gotta watch Tesla, of course. Gotta watch Tesla. Don't worry, guys. I will fine tune this list. I know I have a lot on here. I will make this list a lot smaller. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 6 is the max that I can watch. So it looks big, but 6 is the max that I can look at on as far as the watch list goes. All right. Mental game. Carlos is waiting for Tesla to get to. No, I'm waiting for Tesla to get away from 420. I don't like trading Tesla around 420. I want it to be at 480. I want it to be at like 320. But this 420 is just some psychological mess. Just get away from it, and this way you don't have to think about it, right? But I'm sure there's people that look at 420 and they're probably using this as some kind of psychological level just because it's Tesla, right? So I'd rather get
Well,
away from it and just trade. That's
I
my
mean, there's
thoughts.
the Elon long ago created the whole pot
Yeah,
smoking reference and fun with 420. I mean, I think that's been the more interesting why it's been of interest, but
of course. There's
you
no
know,
question that's the reason. Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go. See? Which is fascinating because it technically before all that happened, that price had no particular relevance to the stock. Well, now it's very
right.
relevant because a lot of shares have traded hands at that price. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, 400 as a whole dollar number is important. 420 is important, unique to Tesla. So, you know what? It,
agree.
it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. That's how the market works. So,
Yeah,
I love it. So
exactly.
yeah, 420 it is.
All right, friends, that is what we have. Let's head over to bearwithtrades.com so we can see what's happening for this. Today's Thursday? No. Today's Wednesday. Wednesday.
It
Yes,
is
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Let me just we got some updated data that came out, the 915 data. Yeah, not that significant. Industrial production came out up slightly at 0.7% versus 0.3. Capacity utilization just came out down at 76.2 versus 76.5. So really nothing significant there. As the numbers are just barely off of what the previous forecast had been. So there you go. Again, big number the big data we're expecting is 2 o'clock. That's when the market will certainly react. Again, how big of a reaction? Probably not that big, but it just be aware because if you're in a trade, it might benefit you and you could take some short-term profit, or it might pop against you. And if it doesn't stop you out, just hold tight. It might come back. So, anyways, we'll see what happens at 2 o'clock today. Anyways, in the community, as it is Wednesday, it's a Wisdom Wednesday, which means that we get to focus on our psychology events. And we've got a couple for you today, like we always do, starting at noon with Dr. V, who's going to talk about futures. And she is going to put on the crazy wig and talk back to the futures like Doc. No, I don't think she'll have the wig, but she'll probably have a rock and roll band t shirt on. But that'll be at noon in the webinar room for all of our elite members. That's always a good session. She knows her stuff and she will be talking actively about it. Tonight we'll have our session. She is back with us this evening for the psychology webinar at 8 o'clock, where she's going to talk specifically about cognitive behavioral therapies that you can apply. Remember, she is a clinical psychologist and trained medical professional. So, not only, but she can apply that directly to trading because she does it herself. She knows firsthand, and it's well worth paying attention to the information she has. So, once again, for our elite members, that's available in the webinar room tonight. I want to thank Zach for his presentation last night. Very interesting that he did, and I know that one's going to get posted for those that weren't able to attend live into our education center. So keep an eye out for that once the recording gets posted. But for today, we've got noon and 8 o'clock tonight. Hopefully, you'll have a chance to attend. If you want to join us as a member and take advantage of all these webinars, whether live or recorded, all you need to do is go to bearbulltraders.com and you can scroll down to the bottom and you can take advantage of the offers, whether you go with the intro or all the way up through the Elite Annual, which is currently on sale. It says 50% off. It's more than 50% off because not only is it half price, but we also give you a free funded trading account. So you could make money off of that even. But use it as a training opportunity, and it's a great value. So consider that where you get the 50% off just the flat price plus the free funded trading account, which is an additional bonus on top. Go to, as I said, bearbulltraders.com. That's the place to go to get that deal. Okay. Whatever you want to trade, don't forget the data to use to trade is available at tradingterminal.com. We use it every day here. We used it for the scanners that you were looking at this morning. We use it on the live Atlas tool. And of course, we've got our trading and training platform that's available there. We've got all the market news and the economic data that I was using here this morning to tell you guys what the updates are. Go to tradingterminal.com and you can get all of that data for yourself. Carlos, let's set some levels and get ready for this trading open. Moderators, and get your lists in. Let us know what you're looking at.
All right, absolutely, friends. All right, let's get ready here. So let's start with PLTR this morning. So levels on a lot of stuff is easy because they're stuck between the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. But if we look at PLTR here on the daily high of the pre-market 137.42, so we'll slam one there. And then towards the top, you do have a couple of big levels here, 145.35 and 145.35, and right up here as well around 154.04. Before we get there, there is a little bit of stuff happening here. It's a couple of days opening and closing right around 139.81. I think it's worth noting it just in case, but the big level clearly is that 145.46. And then towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days got you pretty much covered. Do not need to do anything else. Similar situation with Apple, highs and lows stuck between the last highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. High of the pre-market on Apple is 256.70, and the low is right below the previous day close at 263.26. Once you do that, you're pretty set, especially towards the top and bottom. There are some areas where we're getting missed, right? So here, for example, big level at 260 around that area. You could tell all the resistance you're getting there, a little bit of support, but a lot of resistance around that 260.70. So you want to have that down. And just in case we push higher on Apple, the big level is going to be right up here. It's all the way up at 271. I got a lot of touches there. There's a minor level, not a whole lot of touches, 276.43. You got just 2 days I see quickly here, maybe 3, 1, 2, and 3. For the most part, 267.43. Palo Alto, again, typically we don't watch this ticker. Spread is, you know what? No, I'm not doing this. I'm putting Palo Alto in the secondary list. The spread is just too bad. So we'll skip on that one. We'll put it on the secondary list in a second. I'd rather focus on AMD and Tesla. They're going to be much better. Here's Tesla, friends. High of the pre-market on it is going to be 414.99. The low is right next to the previous day close at 410.40. And then towards the top, you're pretty much set. Highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, and make sure you mark that 420. Of course, big level for Tesla as we just discussed. If we go to the left here, you're going to see the low of yesterday all the way down. Wow, 400? It did go that low. Yeah, 400. All right, so there it is, 400. But this little island here took place in November. You do have a couple of areas here you want to mark down, which is this one here, 406.48 is a good area to have just in case we do drop any lower. But right now, just holding between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days. Let's head over to AMD. It's the last one I'm going to do a level on. So AMD, for the most part, high of the pre-market, we're sitting at 201 at 33, and the low just being created now at 197.25. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days, also surrounding the price action. I don't think you need to add anything else besides this level here, 190.83. Once you do that, you're set on AMD for the most part. Silver actually missed this one. Silver right now stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days. This looks very good today. 5 million shares traded. I know it's an ETF, but might be worth taking a look at. High of the pre-market, 69.77. The low down at 68.19. Once you do that, guys, don't need to do anything else. Pretty much set. And just, man, look at this daily. Was this a bubble, Peter? Was this a bubble here as you get ready to tell us what our team is watching?
It was a bubble. Was it the
Yeah.
bubble? Well, you never know until it's over, right? I mean, it absolutely going from over 100 to what, below 70, that's a 35% drop. So absolutely that qualifies as a bubble. Again, is it the ultimate bubble? I don't know. Again, you never know till it's over. But yeah, let me let you know very quickly what our moderators are watching. We'll start with our live traders. Andrew is going to be watching PLTR, AMD, NVIDIA, Tesla. I think he means Palo Alto Networks. He has PA, but I think he means Pan at W, and then Silver. Brian's going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, AMD, Meta, and of course, Silver as well. We got Jared, who's watching some of the same stuff: PLTR, Pan at W, MU, NVIDIA, Tesla. Megan's watching PLTR, Amazon, MU, and Apple. Mike is going to be watching just Apple and MU. A lot of people have Micron on their list. Not one of my favorites, but we'll see what happens with it. And whatever you're watching, right? Just be smart today. Take it easy. We are in one of these strange markets. We could get a great day or a whole lot of nothing today. So I guess like every day. So whatever you do, stick to your rules, right? Trade your strategy. This is when your discipline can be tested. So make sure you're up to the test, pass the test, right? And follow your discipline. That's what matters most.
All right, guys. Stay safe. Andrew and Brian up next here in the chat room. We'll continue over on X. You guys have a great day.
Have a good one.
All right, let's flip everything here. Get our 1 minute and our 5. And we'll get rocking and rolling, friends.
All right. I got to flip over my platform here. I have to admit, I really don't like having the DOS lose connection like that. I know it was like, well before the market opened, but every time it does that, it just gives me chills, makes me nervous.
Not comforting.
No, it is not. I mean, nothing to panic about, really, but
Yeah, nothing to panic about. But you know what? It makes me think I have to, and I haven't done this. Like I don't trade off the mobile app anymore, the DAS mobile app. And when I got my new phone, I didn't, I have it set up as like a backup on my older phone. When I got the new phone, I never actually installed it and set it up with the IB code that you have to do and all that stuff. I really need to do that because I'm gonna need it when I most unexpected, and I'm not gonna have it. So I gotta take time to make sure I do that.
Exactly, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
That failure reminds you. Do you have your backup plans in place? Do you have your emergency protocols? Like,
you know what? It's nothing ever goes wrong. So it's like, do I really want to do it? Because nothing ever goes wrong, but it can.
But you know what? That's
what happens.
Like,
people get comfortable.
Exactly. You don't think it's a waste of time and bothersome when the fire alarm testing happens until you need it. And then you're like, where's my emergency route? Where do I have to go? Where's my, how do I get out of this building? Never important until it is.
Madness.
Anyways, all right. Let's look and see what's going to happen here in the market. I'm going to put Apollo Alto
15
Networks.
seconds. Yep.
Yeah, watch it down here. What else we got? Fiverr. I don't know if Fiverr's going to do much, but I'll put it. Here we go. All right. Okay, market is open. The bell has rung. We are off to the races. Charging like a herd of turtles. Where are we going here today? Where are we going? Where are we going?
All right. I'm sluggish today. I need more coffee. Need more coffee. Apple friends. Got my app Atlas here. Got my funded account. Got everything going.
Oh,
Let's see where the
oh
action
my.
is. See where the action is. What you in, Peter?
I'm Tesla here. I'm watching Tesla. Tesla is
I find
popping
Tesla
a
very
pop.
wild, man. In the first minutes of the
It
market
is.
open lately, like it wasn't like that before, but lately it's just like it's more of a don't touch, wait for 3 5 minutes. It's
Yeah.
really,
I think I may have made a mistake here.
and then it trades awesome. Out of nowhere, it does this beautiful trend. I think you just gotta wait on it. I think you'll get it. Maybe not. Maybe today's not a waiting day as it blows through the 412 here all the way to 413. Oh man, what? Look at these wicks. What is this? You see that?
I know,
It's just appearing. Like they're not even the price didn't go down here. Yeah, see, this
and
is
I'm
messy.
short on it, and that
Okay,
was
that's
like
good.
nerve-wracking to be short
Okay,
because it was just going crazy against me. Now I've taken a little bit of profit. I want to get it on
nice,
the other side. I want to get it when it's red here. Go. There we go. I'm just taking another partial.
very
God,
nice,
that was like
man. If you
that
were
was
able to
gut
survive that, that was good because
that
that
was
didn't look
gut
like it was
wrenching,
gonna come
man.
down. Yeah, I think it was gonna just
It,
blow the top off
You
here.
gotta see, Carlos. I held through that entire pop and actually added way up there, which is what
Yeah,
gave me the green opportunity. But I
very
got it
nice,
up
very
on the
nice.
screen
Okay, that
here. But
oh,
yeah,
come on, get the
that was
drop.
hard. It was
Yeah,
hard.
it's been Tesla's been wild, man. That's a tough trade because I thought it was actually gonna take off, but
Yeah, see,
let's
I'm
see.
out.
Look at you
It
see
just came back
again,
to my break even and stopped me out. So wow,
again,
like
just
this thing,
printed
yeah,
this wick here. Yeah, I don't know if you
no
saw, it, but
kidding.
just printed the
All
wick
right.
and just like it's wild. It is
Whew.
very wild.
That was
Um,
terrifying.
yeah, yeah,
Oh man.
that was intense.
Wow. Okay.
All right,
All right. Well, got a few bucks on that, but
very good, very good. Why? I don't want to open it here.
yeah, I think Candy. I think foolish is the right term, not brave. Foolish, because that really didn't make any sense that trade. I thought it was going to drop, and when it popped up to my stop was uh, well, it actually pushed slightly through my stop to be honest, but it
Mm,
didn't trigger because it was moving so like with the spread being so big, it didn't trigger. So I added right up near my stop, and unfortunately I got the drop. But oh my goodness, yeah, look at this thing. That's pretty
yeah,
nuts.
it's wild, man.
All right, what else we got? We got Fiverr that's moving higher on the open, FVRR. NVIDIA is not doing much. AMD not doing much.
Uh, Checking what else we got going on here.
Oh.
AMD stuck at the moment.
It's
Silver.
funny if you look. Tesla's fascinating to me, Carlos, because if you look at this 5 minute candle on Tesla,
Yep.
you could look at it and say, oh, look, it just looks like on a 5 minute. Let's put it on the screen here for you guys. It looks like you say, oh, well, look, it went up and down, and now it's in the
Yep.
middle. But then you look at the 1 minute chart, and you're like, well, this is what actually happened: up and down, and up and down, and up and down, and up and
Yeah.
down, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's
It's
this.
wild.
Yeah,
Looks
it's
short here,
pretty
man. If it can hold
phenomenal.
below the VWAP, what does Atlas say on this? Let's look at Atlas.
The, the
Um, might look wild.
The problem is the Atlas doesn't have a lot on it. There's some orders down at 410. There's some orders up at 415. So
Right.
there's
So it's
more up at
just all over the place a little bit.
there's more at the top side, but there's not a lot in between. So
Mm.
I don't know. I just don't know what it wants to do. Interestingly,
That is a very interesting 5 minute candle, man. Like, what
yeah,
is this? Look at
yeah,
that. I mean, you closed exactly where you opened after doing all this madness. That's interesting.
yeah. It's very
And that's
strange, isn't
a
it? What
indecision
an
candle
opening
there for
candle.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think long or short? It's just don't know here.
I don't know. It feels short to me, but I just after
I like it
suffering
short,
through that
but
initial pop, I just can't. I can't do it because I mean this thing could
yeah,
pop up from where it is to 414 before you know it. So
yeah, that's the problem,
yeah,
man.
like you have to have a pretty wide spread here, anyways, or a wide stop. So I don't know that it's worth it.
Yeah, I like the orders down at 410, but it's 410 is right here, and this thing can
Yeah.
shoot up to 413. So it's like, do you really want to put your money there right now? The quick answer is no, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the problem, right? Because if we look at it 10 minutes from now and it does go down to 410, we're like, oh, look, it was an
Yeah,
obvious and easy trade. But we got to remember what we're saying right now. It was not obvious nor easy, no matter what it does. And of
yeah,
course, if it
yeah,
pops higher, we'll be like, oh, look, so good, smart of us not to have done it. So,
yeah.
it's
Smart either
it's.
way, whether it works or not. Right now, it's a smart decision to be careful. But you're right,
I
Peter.
agree.
Yeah, you are right.
Sometimes we look at the outcome and then try and say, oh, look, I missed an opportunity. You know, it wasn't always as good of an opportunity as it sometimes looks in hindsight.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So, NVIDIA is heading towards the low of day here. Uh,
NVIDIA. Let's take a look at our buddy NVIDIA over on Market Atlas. See what we got going
somebody's
on.
look at somebody is really supporting this just above 410. We kept saying how there's orders
Tesla.
at 410, but
Yeah,
Tesla, yeah, but look at the 1 minute chart. Just look at how it's got like look at all these wicks, right? Somebody's clearly
we
providing
love it
support
here.
like that's not
Mm-hmm.
coincidence that it keeps
Yeah,
bouncing despite the weakness. So to me that's a big warning sign. Again, that buyer could finally give up and step aside, but I don't want to bet against it. It's too risky. Crazy stuff. All right.
all right, all right. Look at that. See, look at the push back up. So the support is working here.
Yeah.
Yes, just Apple also going north, PLTR engulfing on the 5 minute. That could be interesting. What is the SPY doing? I think everything's kind of, yeah, everything's moving with the SPY. SPY is just flat, back and forth, back and forth. Little breakout here, and everything is doing the same thing, trying to break out. So nothing is trading on its own right now, friends. AMD dropping. Yeah, AMD actually did drop. And AMD and NVIDIA both actually look good to the downside here. AMD more than NVIDIA at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. But
Don't know, friends.
see, look,
Don't know.
look
I
at
don't
the
see anything yet.
Look at Tesla. It finally got below the 410, but now it's back here again. Geez, it's so tempting, but it really just it's so risky.
Yeah.
It's
There it goes. Oh, there it goes.
yeah,
4958.
see? You
But
think
right
there it
back up.
goes and then
No
yeah,
continuation. Yeah.
it's nuts.
No continuation.
Okay, yeah. So, guys, remember what we said pre-market as we were talking about this, right? This market is sitting in a mid-range area. It's probably going to be a day of nothingness, right? Meaning just sort of chop in a range. So far, this range is even tighter than I anticipated. So, just have to look at the SPY or Q charts to see what's going on, right? Like we really have not gone anywhere. We're just very, very tight in here. So be careful whatever you do. This thing could break loose at any moment, but for the time being, it doesn't look like there's a lot of incentive for money to be pushing higher or lower. So, yeah, this is so wow, choppy, choppy, ugly, ugly. This is what the markets felt like ever since I came back from vacation, Carlos. I came back, I'm ready to
Yeah.
trade. Let's go. I want to get back
Even
into it. And then I get all this crap.
even before you left, that this is what it's been like, man. It's
I guess.
not as bad as today. Today, right now, and I say today, we're only in like 20 minutes the market opens.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind, relative, right? It's been like this.
Yeah.
But then later, you come back an hour later too. I mean, you have these beautiful moves, right? Just gotta can't waste all your ammo here shooting back and forth. You gotta wait for the setup to actually start breaking out, and that just means you gotta be more patient, and that you are going to miss some stuff, right? You are going to
Right.
miss some that's gonna break out, but I'd rather do that than waste all my ammo and get in a hole, that I have to dig myself out of. So I'd rather do that. Chop City is correct, my friend. It is Chop City right now. Where's our chop guy? I gotta put him on the hotkey.
Where's our chop guy?
Where's our chop
Bring
guy? I
out
gotta
the.
put the. Okay.
Where is he? Yeah, you gotta get a
Here he
hotkey for
goes.
that.
Yeah, I gotta get a hack. I gotta put him on the deck right here. Here he goes, chopping it up. Oh, NVIDIA just back and forth on that range. AMD also coming back up. Silver did break out. Probably the only thing that's breaking out on my list right now is silver. NVIDIA got some motors to the upside above the VWAP. I would love to see the SPY be strong here. Can it continue? And can we get like an NVIDIA above the VWAP breakout? 5 minute is sitting at 187.75. So this will be our 5 minute break. 187, 188, excuse me, 75, 74.
Andrew's long PLTR.
Okay.
It's starting to move as the market maybe is picking a direction, or at least it's moving up in the short term. And again, look at our Tesla. It looked like it was going to break down, but it
Yeah.
didn't.
Held.
It's back. It's back
It's
into
held.
this
It
side of the
held.
range.
Yeah.
Now it's looking like it wants to go higher. So I don't know. Whatever it's going to do, I'm just going to watch. And how does Andrew? He always managed to find the right stock.
Yeah, he really
PLTR
does, man.
is
He so
pushing
good at that.
higher.
What's PLTR doing? Is it running here? Ah, look at that.
I mean, it's
You know,
not. It's not a huge
not
run,
running,
but it's enough.
but
It's,
yeah, compared to everything else, is doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
he is so good at reading price action, man. I'm telling you, his ability to read price action and to pick, hey, this is better than Nvidia for whatever reason, whatever he sees in it. And that's not easy to teach. Like it's hard to teach price action. Like I don't know how you would do it, but he is he's really good at it. I do like Nvidia here getting above the VWAP. I like it for a 5 minute ORB at 8188.73. I don't want to wait that long, so I want to be close to the to the VWAP as much as possible. Look at Atlas too. Atlas is in my favorite. Oh, maybe not.
Geez.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Atlas in my favor, but this drop here made no sense. Why would you do that? See that drop? That's like almost my stop would have been probably right in this area. As you guys know, I put the stop right below the VWAP. So yeah, let's get more information before we jump on this one. Let's wait and see. So now I'll put my stop a little lower. I'll put it at 188. but I did not like the way that drop occurred there. Yeah, I did not like the way that occurred. And Atlas is bullish.
Pushing down at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's. I was thinking about it as you were talking about it, Carlos, and
It
I
looked
was
good.
looking. I thought I'll put my stop maybe a little bit lower, right below 188.
Right.
But you're right, that drop. Now that it's done it twice, it's even less interesting.
Yeah, it's not great.
Meanwhile,
not great.
Andrew's getting the PLTR move, of course. Andrew being
Look at
Andrew.
that. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Lovely. That's why he's the master.
He sure is, man. He sure is. You guys took PLTR with Andrew. Are you guys double dipping on YouTube and in the chat too? I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would be double dipping, listening to both.
Yeah.
It's a good job, PLTR guys. Awesome stuff. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. We appreciate it. Our goal is 400, 450. We're usually very happy with that. If we get there early, we'll do our giveaway as soon as we get there. If not, we'll do it later around 11. But if we get there for 400 likes, we'll do our funded account giveaway as soon as we hit that 400. So let me know when we hit it, and we'll do that. All right, let's see. Wow, PLTR. Let's go. Apple losing it here. Palo Alto trying. And Tesla's just a chop fest, guys. Be careful with Tesla. I mean, this is as choppy as it gets. I mean, if I think this initial candle kind of gave you the idea of what's going on for the next couple of minutes with Tesla.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Indecision and just back and forth, and you see it much clearer in the 1 minute here. So NVIDIA, did NVIDIA break out? Yeah, I like NVIDIA long. I gotta tell you, and I like the way it looks long. I like the way the Atlas looks as well. I didn't like this drop. This drop actually stopped me from getting in, but it does look very nice, guys. And now we got more information, so maybe my stop should be like 188. That's 60 cents from this entry here. Yeah, let's try it. Let's go long. Oh, hold on. NVIDIA. All right, here it is. All right, long NVIDIA.
It's a tough one.
It is. I'm gonna try it. Long NVIDIA. I love Atlas. How it's showing so bullish here. The one thing that can mess us up, as always, is the SPY, and that's kind of like what we got to be really careful with, because the SPY right now is just choppy and it's just not giving us some good moves. So we're giving it about. We actually got a better entry down at 50, so now it's like a 50 cents instead of 60 cents. We got a 10 cents a drop, so we could do actually 188 our stop, right? So that's a 50 cents. Yeah, but look at this drop here. This drop is just brutal.
The market's pushing hard.
Jeez, I'm out. 188. Oh, I got lucky to get only out at 50 cents. That was going to be brutal.
That's too.
And what is it? The SPY drop?
Just pushed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the SPY pushed hard against you.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh. I just got one of those random text messages, Carlos.
What happened?
Random text message. No, just.
Oh, they're offering you work?
Well, no. Well, yeah, that's one that you get a lot. This one was from a number I don't recognize. So just checking if now is a good time to talk.
Oh, yeah, I get that too. All the time.
Yeah. So don't answer. Delete. Mark as spam. Wow. That's a shame, Carlos. You got really hammered on that pullback from the SPY. It just shows how choppy this is this morning. Again, I'm still staring at Tesla here, because I mean, just look at it. That's sort of, it's a poster child this morning for the ugliness. NVIDIA doesn't look much better, to be honest, now that, especially with that push down that you got stopped out of. But just look at Tesla, at how gross that is. It's
yeah, and I'm glad I didn't go short Tesla, because we both like short Tesla around this area here, and man, thankfully we didn't, because look, just hasn't done anything. Has not done anything. Now it looks a little bit weak, but do we trust the drop here? And the problem is we're just playing the SPY. Like, these stocks are not trading on their own. at all. Even Apple, which tends to do its own thing, is not doing anything. Palo Alto sideways, Tesla sideways, silver. Looked like it was going to do something, not doing so much right now. AMD, NVDA, I mean, you name it, friends. Besides PLTR getting this one great move here, and I think PLTR would have gone higher if the SPY would not mess around and caused this delay in action. I think it would have went higher because that happens too. Like you have a stock that's strong and it wants to keep pushing, and the SPY puts pressure on it, and you see this drop right now. This for PLTR still a very healthy situation, man. To not come back down to the VWAP and hold here, this can go a lot higher if it can hold and push away from this guy, the SPY. So, all right, let's see. Let's see.
It is a rude day.
Yeah, it's a hell of a day. Look at Tesla. Watch Tesla go down to like 405. I'm gonna come back later after lunch. What's gonna be down at 405?
Very well could.
Oh man, it's just madness. Madness. What do we got here? Let's see if it can do something. What are you guys trading? Anything good? Oh, you're trading the range, right? So you shorted Tesla at 412. Yeah, that's good. See, if you this is a great day to be able to trade these ranges. So if you're shorting at 412, you're up $2 at least when it was down here. It might come up to 412 again, and then maybe you short it again if it's gonna be stuck in that range, right? So yeah, range trading could be very, very nice on days like this. Could be very, very nice. All right, SPY is going higher.
Yeah.
Let's see if our NVIDIA can do anything, but doesn't look good. Look at the SPY breakout. Any news breaking out now that's causing this? Oh boy. AMD's got a nice breakout. NVIDIA actually kept going lower. NVIDIA's not coming back. Look at that drop in NVIDIA. Nice drop there. Silver. Nothing. Pure garbage. Dominic, yes, I agree. It is. Man, where is the... Bring out the truck, friends. Here it is. Get out the way.
I gotta say, I know I keep pontificating on my bromance here with Andrew, but it's a day like today where there's only one stock I see with any clean move for like 2 or 3 minutes in a row, and it's PLTR.
Yeah, and he's on it.
Found it, and somehow he found it.
The hell?
I mean, Fiverr's after they open, but even that only lasted like 4 minutes, really.
Look, at least partial. Add it. Yeah. Partial. And then he's got this bounce off the 9. I mean, this is... he does this all the time, right? So, yes, this is impressive on its own. But to do it on a day like today, where everything else looks like this, that is awesome. Yeah. That is awesome. Yeah. So, man, oh, man.
There you go. Meanwhile, we're riding the garbage truck, yeah.
We're in the garbage truck, my friend.
It's ugly. It is. What an ugly morning. I'm feeling very fortunate to be green after my one trade on Tesla, because because frankly, I'm not sure I deserve that, but I'll take it.
All right, looks like SPYs might be actually starting to break out here. Maybe Apple's the one. Apple looks good here above the previous day close. I just don't think they get the momentum as I would like, but looks like SPY might be doing some stuff here. PLTR might be breaking higher. Just searching through, and for some reason right now, Tesla, yeah, Tesla, NVDA, and Apple are my best setups for a long play because they're all right at the VWAP. So we'll see. I got Apple that could break from the previous day close and the VWAP, and I have AMD, actually not AMD, sorry, Tesla, which is right below the previous day close. But do I want to trade Tesla? Probably not. So it leaves us with NVIDIA and Apple. Apple looks decent. Apple stop 263.27. I got this level here. How much is that? That is about 50 cents, give or take. It's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Are
I
you
just think
trying
Apple's
to, it
going to take
sounds
a
like you're
long
trying to talk
time.
yourself into it, Carlos.
Trying to convince myself. That's not bad.
Yeah.
The setup is good. You got the breakout. We got a little bit of a pullback here. We're holding. It's just Apple doesn't run, man. Like I feel like it takes forever to actually get something out of it.
Yeah.
What's our target? 264, 265?
NVIDIA's back at the VWAP, if that's of interest to you, with the market pushing higher.
Yeah, it does look better. Yeah.
Oh, man, I don't know.
And NVIDIA's Atlas looked great too. Like it looked really, really good when I was looking at it earlier. Let's see how it looks now. Yeah, still looks bullish. Still looks very bullish. So
yeah, that
maybe
190,
NVIDIA's the one.
That 190 looks like it wants to pull it there, but
What do we have here? I think I'm gonna go Apple. All right, going Apple long here, guys. Previous day close breakout, VWAP, above the VWAP, stop. We'll give it 50 cents, 26, 226, 263, 27. I got a level here, so this could be a good area. We could even go 263.40, but I did calculate for 50 cents. So, let's see. What's our target? We got the high of the day at 264.92. And what else do we have? And we have the high of the pre-market at 265.69. That would be awesome if we can get there. I don't think that's the case.
Here we go.
But
I think we're going now.
Awesome.
I took a small long on. I went with NVIDIA, Carlos. I decided to take NVIDIA to see what we could do here.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can get up over this 188.80. That would be nice. Let's go. Let's go.
Good. You know what? And then what I'll do is let's spread level over the place. I'm gonna take.
Here we go.
I'll take Tesla on the funded account. There you go. So we're in everything. We're in Apple. Right. You're in NVIDIA. I'm in Tesla. Let's see who's gonna be the winner.
I'm going for broke on NVIDIA. I just added in here at the 188.80. I want to push over 189. The 190, as you said, there's a big level there. I'm hoping
big order.
It
looks good.
We keep going up to it. And it doesn't pull back too hard because with my ad, it moves my stop up into the price action, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't seem to be able to add like Andrew, but.
All right, let's see. Apple's working. Tesla's trying. Friends, important. Trade small. Look how many shares we took here on Tesla. 69 shares, right? So we're trading small. It's important.
69. It's like your favorite trading number.
I just did 50% buying power. I don't know why. I just noticed that. I don't know why it does that. I swear, you guys saw me do it.
People were making fun of you yesterday for that.
Yeah,
it's just like you say. It auto calculates. It's just
so random that it did it today again, though. That's just weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Were you trading the same stock? Were you trading Tesla yesterday?
Well, I did Tesla, and I just did 50% buying power. So whatever the buying power was, 50%, it calculated.
Right, but the buying. Yeah. But the buying power, if it's a stock of the same price, the buying power would have been the same. So the math is
around the same price. Yeah. Which is so interesting that it's at 69 again, right? That's interesting. Because the buying power should be a little bit higher. Here's Apple dropping on me, friends. Let's see. 263.27 is my stop. I did just print below the previous day close. Man, it's trading so weird. Just look at this. It's just it printed here, came down to the previous day close, printed, came back up, and then I don't know what it wants to do here. It's just so weird right now. So how's NVIDIA going for you, Peter? Oh, NVIDIA was
There
the
we
one.
go.
Yeah, you go,
Yeah,
Peter.
I just got the
I should have
I got
taken
the
NVIDIA.
partial. Well, I should put it on the screen here for you guys. So
Yes,
let's
yes.
put NVIDIA, so you can see I got in, I added, just
Nice,
took that
man.
partial over 189. So
Yes, yes, yes.
that's good.
Oh, come on.
We'll
Apple, you got to do something. Even Tesla is working on the funded account. You got to do something, Apple. Come on. Let's see.
so, and like you said, like we're both watching. Oh, darn it! I just closed it. I hate it when that happens. Hold on a sec here.
Uh,
But, I want the
all
Atlas.
right.
Atlas. Atlas. Come on, Atlas. There it is. But if we look at the Atlas here for
Mm-hmm.
NVIDIA, like you said, Carlos, so there's all these topside orders. Like it really does look like it wants to push
Yeah.
higher.
Yeah.
And it's got a build, right? It's got a little bit
Yeah.
of a build up between the current price and the 190. Not a great one, but enough that with a little market support, we should be able to get there. So we'll
I
see
think
what we
so,
can
man. It looks good.
do. Put
That is
this.
an awesome trade. All right, my app was finally doing something here. Let's see. I would love 265 on it. See if we can get
Yeah,
there.
what's Apple doing for
Yeah,
us?
it's
Let me go
it's
and take a
trying.
look at it. Come on,
But
Apple. Do it for
definitely
Carlos.
you had the much cleaner trade there, man. Nvidia was so nice. All right, here we go. We might be getting something. All right. Very good, very good. All right, Apple 265, friends. We're getting it. Let's see. Tesla's running. We got our
Trying to be
Tesla.
patient. Trying to be patient here on
Yep.
NVIDIA. I want to see it up. I've got this level here at 189.30.
Peter, question in chat. What was your stop on Nvidia?
My stop actually was below 188. 187.87 is where I put my stop because I saw how many times it had pulled back to that level. So as you can see in the previous few minutes, so that's why I put my stop down there. So I like the sevens. The 87 is nothing magical, but 187.87. So anyways, come on, let's go NVIDIA.
Yeah,
Go
Tesla's
higher. Trying to
working.
be patient here. What's your Apple doing?
Apple is
Just
struggling with this
chopping around.
264.92 is struggling up here.
Right.
So it's just chopping around. But our Tesla though, look at our Tesla go, friends. We're gonna take a partial right here on our funded
Oh,
account. Should have done the opposite.
there
Should
we
have
go.
taken this
There we
one.
go. Okay, so
My
there's
extra
that push
account.
through that level that I had mentioned.
Oh
I'm gonna take a
boy.
partial up here.
Oh,
180,
look at this.
189.30.
Partial, friends. Partial. Wow, funded
Good.
account. Let's
This is
go.
good. So I've got two green trades on the day. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So we definitely had to be patient this morning, didn't we? So everybody,
Yeah.
like, remember how bad the market was, and then suddenly, right in the last few minutes, suddenly we're getting a move out of the range.
Yeah.
So, it really shows. And imagine if you had traded, and you guys might be in that position, if you'd traded 5 or 6 or 8 or 10 times in the chop, you're so frustrated now you can't take advantage of the move. This is sort of the situation I was in yesterday. I'd only traded 3 times. But the point is, I traded more than I was comfortable with. So when the move finally happened, I wasn't in a position to take advantage. Carlos and I'm proud to say today, right? He didn't fumble.
No
Neither one of
fumble
us
today,
did.
man. No
No fumble
fumbling.
today, right?
No.
We
Yeah.
stayed calm. We waited for our opportunity. I'm going to take another partial right here.
Come on, baby.
But you know, and we were able to sort of keep ourselves in the good mental spot where you could wait to see. Now it looks like the move is happening, right? And then when things lined up, both Carlos and I took trades. And I'm a long trade. I'm not a long trader, right? I'm primarily a short trader. But that was
Yeah.
clearly the direction, and I was able to jump into Nvidia. So I'm pretty happy with this trade and the decision I made. Still a little regretful I missed PLTR, which is now at 140, by the way, for anybody that's watching. However, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not along
And
for that ride. Oh well.
and yes, PLTR. If you guys took PLTR with Andrew, I mean, this thing is rocking, rocking, rocking. Even more so now that the market is pushing higher. This thing is gonna do its thing here. So,
Yeah.
very, very nice. My Apple trade, I'm gonna be a little patient. I want to get to above this 265, and I'll take a partial. But we're looking pretty good on it right now. Um, and Peter, you're so right in what you said, man. Saving that ammo. You know, you just can't go crazy. If things are not working now, just step off the gas and look at that. In a matter of less than 30 minutes later, after the market open, we start to get these moves. Okay, here's partial on Apple, friends. This is a really good move right now. So we're gonna take a partial here.
Yeah.
Excellent. And even on our Tesla trend, our funded account, we're gonna take a partial here as well. Go ahead, Peter.
And as you say, Carlos, right? We're 35, 36 minutes into this market, but the first 20, almost 25 minutes of it was pretty brutal, right? Like
Yeah, it was
you
tough.
really needed some patience.
And
So,
again, we could have kept forcing things, and we would have been in a worse situation as far, not just in our account, but also just mentally, right? The mental bandwidth that
correct.
takes a toll on
Yeah.
going short, going long, losing, winning, or mainly losing. Because I think everything I would have taken early today would have not worked out as we were stuck in that range. So,
Yep.
all right, Tesla on the funded account, funding secure, my friends, above 2,000. We're still unrealized $100 here, 39 shares left out of our original 69. If you guys know me, if I'm gonna do that on purpose, I would have done 6-7. I would have done 6-7 for sure, not
Oh
69.
God, no,
So I
no.
would have.
Still,
That's
I
what
don't
I
know
would
why
have
that
done.
bothers me so much. It still annoys me.
Oh man, it's dying down. It's coming down. It's
Yeah, it is. It's
it's
like
losing
everything,
steam.
right? It
Yeah, yeah,
goes and it has its moment.
it's losing steam. All right,
I
Apple.
always
Let's see.
I always regret I think about the people that like are so impulsive that they happen to be just at the right age when one of these fads comes along and they're like, this is the thing, this is my thing forever. And it's always the like late teens that then they go and get a tattoo of something that you know they're gonna regret for the rest of their life. But if you tell them that, they're convinced that you're just old and you have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk in 20 years. You
Yeah.
know, I will put my life savings on the line that is a, you were going to regret that. Anyways.
100%.
Anyways, all right, guys. So Carlos and I are both sitting in some trades here. I'm trying to be patient. Nvidia hit a top. I'm actually glad I took a partial up there right when it hit that 189.70. Now, of course, 190 is the target I'm still going after, but it does look a little more hesitant. I don't see the build of orders that we had previously, so not as positive at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need some continued market strength, I think, for Nvidia to get to that high. And well, everything's doing the same thing, isn't it? Tesla, Nvidia. What's your Apple doing, Carlos? Yeah. Well, Apple's
Stuck
actually
at
holding fairly well.
265. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took a partial already.
Really.
So I'm just kind of seeing if it's gonna break out any further or not. But looks okay though. Doesn't look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm holding in here as well on Nvidia. We'll see what happens. Who knows what it's gonna do?
All right. Perfect. All right, awesome. All right, friends. Let's see. Apple, come on, baby, you could do it. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Andrew. The funded account. Yes, we're doing really good on the funded account, guys. But I can't see my journal. I gotta see how. I want to see my numbers. I want to see how the journal looks. When I click on journal, yeah, I want to see like how we're doing. It goes to the old P&L, right? This is the old P&L, and I don't know how to switch it. This is the last account that I have. This one ended on January 11th. So the new one, I don't know how to switch it. So I gotta find out how to switch. I want to see how the new numbers look, and how many trades we're taking, and I want to see the win stuff, but it's not showing. So I gotta find out how to get that. All right. Let's see here. App was pulling back a little bit. Tesla would love to get 417. See if it could break this high. And what else, friends? What else do we like? Yeah, Apple's pulling back on me here, so we might see. I want to be patient. I don't want to just jump the gun yet, but we might guess that'll break even. How did Nvidia do, Peter? Okay, Nvidia just pulled back a little bit. All right, so everything is kind of
Yeah,
pulling back
Nvidia's
here.
just hanging out here. It was looking good, and then the market is pulling against it, so it's just moving at the market. I'm
Yep.
hoping my stop is above VWAP. If it can hold up here a little bit longer, if the VWAP can move up to where my break even point is, and that'll be a good thing because that means um, I could withstand a big pullback. But it's a little tentative right now. We're only 60 cents away from my break even and my stop. So
Uh, yeah, Bats. I tried the top left. Yeah, but I didn't see it anything. I know you guys mentioned top left. But I don't see that. So, uh, click the account number. All right, hold on. Apple. Can Apple hold 20 here? That's the key.
look good here. Come on, Nvidia. You're looking pretty good actually. You can you can do it. See what's your Apple doing? Yeah, Apple, Nvidia,
Yeah, Apple's
Tesla.
trying to hold a
Oh,
20, man.
yeah,
Trying, but
they all look very similar. So really,
yeah,
nothing's moving independently. That's not a cause for concern. It's just it's just what this market day is bringing us. So
yeah,
we got to get a concerted move higher for all of our trades to work.
yeah, yeah. All right, so you guys, top left. All right, so here it is. Here's top left, right? So journal. My the members trying to help us. Here's journal, right? There's no account number here. And if I go here, this is something completely different, but there's no click account number. Click this. It doesn't do anything. And I can see my new account number here. Like I can see it here. Um, right here. This is my new account number 0092. But when I click it, see, it doesn't do anything. So not sure what's up. I got to email someone to get it. We'll get it. We'll take care of it. But right now, our Tesla trade is working, guys. Funded account. I'm telling you, it's the way to go. Before you go to live, try the funded account. See if you can make money there. If you can make money there, then you can. You're okay to go to your actual live account. Very, very important. need to reach out to support. Yes, I do. Bad swing. I will. I will reach out to them and see what's up. All right, come on, Tesla. Come on, Apple. All right, Apple's doing its thing. We're bouncing. That's good. SPY. I mean, SPY's help. Oh yeah, SPY's gonna help us here. If it can go higher, it can help our Apple situation, which looks like it's trying to at the moment. Did we hit 400 likes? Oh, there it is. Apple. Let's go, baby. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get up there. And you're still in NVIDIA, Peter, right? As
Yep,
well.
still in NVIDIA. It's
Nice.
moving back towards the high of day here, so that's good. I'm hoping to get that 190. That's what I'm holding out for. Next partial area.
Yep. I'm gonna set a limit order on here. 417. So I can focus on my other trade. And let's sell, what, 10 shares? Look how small we're trading, guys. And we're able to build the account like this. So 10 shares, confirmed, Tesla, 417, and we're going to hit sell. Yeah, I'm doing it slow. I don't want to fumble. There it is. Order is in. I don't want to fumble the trade. Let's focus on this Apple trade, see what we do here. Let's see if Apple can continue.
Let's go, NVIDIA.
SPY's working. SPY's doing its job. Apple's not following here.
Apple doesn't like to follow the SPY these days, does it? So
very hard to get.
Come on, let's go. I want half my remaining size. I'm going to take it at 190. We'll see what we get.
Let's see here. SPY finally broke after about 30 minutes of nothingness. We're getting a really good move here. So stick to the rule 690 done. Nice. Learn the art of AI. So did you make 690 by sticking to your rules? That's awesome.
Hey Carlos.
Yeah.
Have you hit the thumbs up today?
Shit.
Hold
on a second.
Okay. I just remembered myself, so that's why I asked. Forget to hit the thumbs up.
We are horrible. We're asking people to hit the thumbs up, and we're not hitting it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well,
there it is. I hit it.
All right.
And that's what happens. That's why I don't blame you guys, right? We have 870 people watching, only 283 likes. I don't blame you. We log in and we just get in the zone. We're trading. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're pulling all kinds of stuff up. We forget to hit the like button. It absolutely happens, right? So I hit it here. I refreshed to 282 likes so far this morning. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Help us get to 400. We'll do the funded account. As soon as we get to 400 likes, we will hit that funded account. So help us get there. But yeah, I hit the like. Nice. Learn the art of AI has made some good money today. Awesome. Good to hear that.
Come on. The orders are sitting there. Let's see what yeah, the only place where there's order size sitting is that 190.
Yeah, Apple's trying here.
I'm feeling the market is. I'm gonna take half of that size off right now, right here. I'm not gonna be.
You're feeling that it's a little toppy on NVIDIA.
Yeah, I'm feeling toppy here. It's sat here for a couple of minutes. It could drop as easily as it could go higher. So of the I was going to take half of my total size, my remaining size off at 190. So I took a quarter of my size, so half of what I was going to take right here. So that way if it does hit 190, I'll just take the rest, and I've only given up 30 cents on a quarter size. So or 20 cents, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's okay. That makes sense to me. Might as well preserve the profits, right?
Yeah.
So if it does 100%. Go down, I'm not like, damn it, I shouldn't have waited. And if it does go up, I haven't, given up too much. So there we go. Let's see if this time we can do it.
Let's see. It's trying.
189.90, I mean.
So what rules where do I normally place my stop? So what rules? I think the uh learn the arts of AI. I think he was talking about his rules. He stuck to his rules and he was able to, come out profitable. As far as where I place my stop loss, usually let's take a look at Apple as an example. It's usually right below the VWAP, right? So Apple stop right below the VWAP, right in this area. Okay, that's usually where I place my stop. So
Here we go.
this is about
95.
50 cents or so. Ooh, Apple's going, friends. Let's go. Apple's going. Tesla is pushing. So usually below the VWAP. That's why I'm a big fan of trading around the VWAP. Big fan. Um, there it is. You're gonna get it, Peter. Did you take a partial? I think you did, right? But
5. Yeah. I'm just waiting for it to break here. It's so close.
what does
It's
Atlas
pushing.
look like?
There's a whole the orders at 190 are
It's a
still
wall
just
up
sitting
there.
there. So there's a
Yeah, that's
wall, yeah.
good.
But it hasn't
That is
hasn't
good.
even gone to touch the wall. People are selling in ahead of it. So
Yeah.
I'm still glad I took that partial like I
Andrew.
did. That's
Andrew with 47K on the day, man. Beautiful stuff. That was that PLTR trade. He added on that too. He did very well on that PLTR trade. Uh,
yeah.
so awesome, awesome, awesome. So yes, let's go to
Here we
Atlas.
go.
So
This time. Let's go.
here it
Oh,
is.
it's so close. Am I being stubborn? No, come on. You're
No,
3 cents away. There,
173
there,
shares. Yeah, there it is.
there. I
Look at
got my
that.
partial. Did I get it?
You
No, I didn't. I got it. I got filled at 189.97. But look what NVIDIA did immediately when it hit that level. It just pulled back by
yeah.
like 20 cents.
It
So
might want more, man. It might want more. Look at it build up here, and there's
I
nothing down
think it
here.
wants more. I still have
Yeah,
half of my remaining
190.
size left, right? So
190.50. You got 191 building up there. Guys, that was 173,000 shares, right? And the price, again, still right on there. I think you're going to go through that. It's another 9,000 now. It's not a lot. I think it just ate that up. It just ate that up completely right here. And look at that, 8,000. Yeah, it's going to go through that.
there it is. There it
So
is.
it's going to go through, man. There it is. Get 190.50. It's a slow mover, but it's munching through it. Ooh, munching through it like Pac-Man. So that could be another. We need another 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 hockey of Pac-Man munching through the shares
Okay.
of Market Atlas. All right, love it, man. Let's see.
Okay. So
Looks like it wants to
good.
go.
Good. I'm pretty happy with this, Carlos. I've been
Yeah.
watching you. My entry here on Nvidia was frankly that was sort of a you trade. That's following, learning from
Yes. Yeah.
watching, and not something I typically would have traded in the past. So that's pretty good. Pretty happy with this.
That's an awesome trade. And I decided to go with Apple instead. I don't know why I went with Apple instead, which is again is working. But Nvidia was awesome, man. You took a
Well, that's
really
what you
nice
were
trade here.
watching more intently. So
Right in here. So beautiful. And Tesla struggling to get going here, friends. So I got to order at 417. Let's see if we can get up there. And where's our Apple? Apple looks like we might get an actual breakout here. So let's see. Let's look at Apple on the
no
Atlas
one's
and how
talking
that
about
looks.
MU. You're right. Let's take a
Oh,
look at MU. As it so Micron. Wow, look at that. It is up. It
that's
is
beautiful.
up. Now,
Yep,
you
yep.
say soars. I mean, Micron is up. Well, I guess it's up more than on a percentage basis, even more than the others. So, all right, fair enough.
But
You're
it's
right.
been doing
Micron.
these big moves, man. Like if you look at the daily MU, you've been getting 3 to 5% on the days that it runs. You've been getting that very
Hmm,
consistently on MU. And we traded it a couple of days ago,
right.
but today was not on the radar. And again, you got a beautiful breakout. You can't watch them all, but nice breakout there on MU. Um, but yes. All right. Still in Apple, friends. We are getting a little break. I'm trying to hold for that 269, 265.69 level we got up there. I don't know if we're gonna get it, but it looks good. Actually, before we looked at MU, I was pulling up Atlas on Apple. See what that looks like. Yeah, it does look bearish. I'm sorry, bullish. looks more bullish. You got a little bit of orders under the price. This is probably why it's struggling to really get up there, but you do have a couple of orders at 266. Nothing like NVIDIA, but there is some here. You know what? I'm going to take a partial here, friends. I'm going to... Oh, no, don't drop. Get back up there. Right when I said that, did you guys get it in front of me? Is that what it is? I shouldn't have said that. I should have just done it, then say it. You guys get in front of me and take out your big orders? You guys playing me, huh? Or Larry's going to get out. Let's get out in front of him. Oh, man, that's not nice, guys.
Tesla's dropping, eh? You're on that, Carlos?
Yeah, I am. I'm watching it here on my funded account, so I'll get out of that on break even.
Okay.
We did get a partial on it.
Time for some push-ups.
Oh, what's the number for today, Peter?
That's a good question. Today's number is 143.
143
represents the that people who get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night are 1.43 times less likely to experience poor mental health. So 143. So there you go. That's my number for today. I am. You can see I'm 60 in. I've done 60 so far. So.
Oh, that's for today. Okay, you've done 60 for today. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I've done 60.
Beautiful.
So I'm not quite halfway there. So you're right. Time for some push-ups.
Go for it, man.
143 push-ups is my target for today. So sure, why not? Yeah. My trade's in maintenance mode. I'm gonna drop and we'll actually, you know what? That's not true because I did 23 that I didn't bank earlier. So I am there you go. I can bank those 23. So now I'm halfway through. But let's do 20 more. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. All right, decision time. Do I take a partial here or are we going to get to 265.69? That is the question at the moment on Apple. Tesla, we're still good. Has not hit our stop. It did drop down a little bit on us. Let's see if we can.
Look how red my face is after that. Show it on camera or it doesn't count. You don't need to see my push-ups. All right, next time. I can angle the camera. That was 10.
Let's see.
Oh.
Let's see.
You know what I miss being able to do? When I was younger,
what?
I used to be able to drop from full standing into push-ups. I miss doing that. I saw it in like a Batman movie, and I thought it was so cool that I taught myself how to do it. I think it was Christian Bale that did it.
Just kind of like...
You just stand, and then you fall. Just fall forward, catch yourself on your hands, and go right into a push-up.
Gotcha.
Like, don't bend your body. You got to stay straight.
Yeah.
Go right into push-up. I used to feel that looked cool. I don't know if it did or not, but it felt cool.
It felt Batman-like.
Yeah. I'm too old for that. Now I would like break my nose if I tried it.
Yeah, you might not get the timing right and that could hurt. All right, guys, here it is. Apple. Let's go.
Burpees. I'll do burpees. I still don't like them. There's a t-shirt I wanted to get once for my trainer that said, "Don't worry, burpees hate you too." So
this is close enough. I'm gonna take a partial here, friend. This is close enough. You know which exercise I was never able to do, even when I was in my best shape, which was 2018, best shape ever, man. 2017, before COVID, I was never able to do the one where you take the bar and you have to put your wrist like this way and then push it back up. I was never able to do that. Like you pick it up from the ground. It's like a squat, but like you pick it up and then you kind of. Yeah, the motion is just not. It's not about the weight. It's just the even with a light bar.
The clean is getting it to your shoulders.
Yeah, my hands. It's just it was just something so it feels so awkward. I'm like, I'm gonna get hurt doing this. Let me just do something else. Like I never even with a bar, just the bar itself, no weight on it. it's just it
Okay.
felt so awkward, man. I was never able to do that one.
It is
Um,
a little bit of flexibility in there that's needed to
yeah,
do
I was
it.
just
But
like, this is gonna, I'm
yeah,
gonna break something, and I was in great shape. Like the weight was not a problem. It's just the motion of like that's not gonna work.
yeah. Well, you just never got used to it. You got to keep the back straight, chin up back,
Yeah,
otherwise you knock yourself out. Bars smashes into your chin, and
yeah. It
you
was more on
you
my wrist. I think it was just
yeah.
it just didn't feel right. Really didn't. All right, we took a partial here. Tesla is right at our break even on the funded account. We might jump out of that one too, because I don't want to give no more money back.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks like it's dropping here.
might be
I've
done here.
I've still got size in my NVDA trade. Apple, well,
Yeah,
I don't know what Apple's gonna do.
I took a
Tesla's
partial
actually,
here, so I'm glad I did because look at that drop
yeah.
there. So I took a partial there in Apple, and here's Tesla back below the VWAP, and what else do we have? In AMD, uh, yeah, not a bad day, guys. Not a bad day.
Clean and jerk, yeah. The jerk is technically where you push it over your head. The clean is just getting it up under your shoulders.
Yeah, yeah.
That inverted wrist position. But anyways, you know what the amazing thing is? So my wife's a tiny little woman, right? At 4'10",
Mm-hmm.
4'10 3/4" she used to be. She's probably 4'10" now. Anyways, and but she is a monster in the gym, and she loves the heavy weights. She just
Good.
that's her favorite like workout is to do heavy weights. So if you
Mm-hmm.
want to
Mm-hmm.
like deadlift or just especially the stuff that requires like the leg strength,
Yeah,
she will like
that's her
kick my
jam.
butt. Yeah, it's her thing, man. And I always argue. I said, "Well, it's no fair because you're closer to the ground. You don't have to lift it as far." So, and she just that's usually when I get hit. So, but yeah, she's it's her thing. All right, yeah, Tesla is still it's moving all the way back down here. Looks like Nvidia's
Yeah,
pulling
yep,
down. I
yep.
might you know what's good news is like I was talking about earlier, my stop is still at break even, but it's now below the VWAP. I'm about 20 cents below the VWAP right now, which means that hopefully I can withstand a pull back to VWAP if it decides to bounce there. So
Yeah,
that's
yep.
where you want to be ideally. So you can see it on my trade here. You can see I haven't taken a partial in a while. My last partial was it was just getting to the 190 about 12 minutes ago here. So
Yeah. Apple's
nice and
holding,
patient.
but if it's all about the spy. The spy cannot make a new high. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna bail on it. It's all about what does the spy want to do here, and if it can go higher, we're gonna have a great day. Um, so that's what we're looking at. Looking at where the spy is and seeing if it can hold here.
Uh,
And let's see how we're
using
doing here, friends. 363 likes so far, friends. Thank you so much for all that support. Really appreciate you guys. 40 more, and we'll do our funded account giveaway once we get that 400. That's our goal. That's our goal for the day. We get 400, we're really happy. NVIDIA, it's right on. It's just right below my entry on the funded account. So we might bail on it, but I have a feeling it might pop up. I'm not sure. It's all on the SPY. What the SPY wants to do. Our Apple's looking good. Let's see if we can make a new high above that 265.69. And yeah, friends, guys, I think we still. I logged into the website and I still saw the Love 20, so it's still there. So please,
nice.
please, if you're thinking about it,
Love 50.
Love 50, yeah, Love 50. If you're thinking about it, jump on it because I'm telling you, you're gonna come in here, you're gonna refresh. When you make the decision, it's not gonna be there. but most importantly, you get a funded account. I mean, this alone right here, so you guys know, the only way to get it is, to win it here. If you're a Lambos and Garbage Truck member, but you gotta wait to win. It could take a while, or sign up for the elite membership, and you get this $2.99 gift right here for the free funded account. Or the third option is to go, buy just a funded account, of course. But if you're thinking about the elite membership, get BBT for 1 year. You can do the classes for a couple of months, maybe 1 or 2 months, right? And then activate the funded account. You don't have to do it all at the same time. So, and if you trade well, like we're doing here, right? We're slowly growing the account. We're up $2,000. We're hanging on to this trade. I think it wants to go back up. We'll see. It's all about the SPY. You can actually pay for everything you bought if you were to get the payout, if you were to follow the rules. So it is a great deal. I wish I had this when I was learning. Yeah, I'm telling you, I would have saved a lot of money. So let's see. Apple trying to break higher. And here we have our Tesla's trying. I want to get order 217. Let's see if we can get back above the VWAP.
One that has moved from on our watch list from this morning, Carlos, is Palo Alto Networks, Pan W. It also had that choppy open, but it
Pan W.
PANW.
Yep.
It's moved. It's moving higher, and it's at the highs right now. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
It's not a bad little move it's made.
Yeah. Nice.
That
breakout.
fiver, on the other hand, it was like interesting for about 3 minutes, and then it's been moving sideways on low volume ever since. So that one is a bust.
Yeah.
PLTR still was the trade of the day. I think it was still like one of the best. Well, actually,
NMU.
Micron was pretty good. I see you guys mentioning Micron. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'll give you that. But yeah, not one I was watching. Maybe I should be putting it on the list more.
Yeah.
Put it up here so I can keep an eye on it.
All right, Apple. If Apple takes too long here, I might take another partial on Apple, because we're really struggling with this 265.69 is our level we have here is the pre-market high, and we're really struggling to get above that. So let's see what it does. All right, yeah, 20 more likes to 400. We're almost there. Almost there, friends. Good stuff.
How close are we? Let's see here.
Just 20 more likes.
20 more.
Yep. See, there it is. Apple's pulling back.
Oh, there you go. 18. Go on, people. If you haven't done it, give us a thumbs up. Let's get we'll get the draw going. I'll tell you what, Tesla. If you do it, if you haven't hit the button and you hit the like, well, I'm not sure what would do it. I'll since you asked for, I'll give you 20 push-ups on camera.
That would definitely get.
Or you won't. I won't do it, and you won't have to see it. I don't know which will get the like.
Which one will get the like? Oh man, that's good. All right, come on.
Anything for likes. Anything for some likes.
SPY's trying to hit higher.
Gotta get to 400. That's funny.
Well, 411. I think that means they want you to do the push-ups.
Are we? Oh, or did we make it?
Oh yeah, we made it. We blew by 411.
Okay, yeah, 415. Okay, apparently that's all I had.
I want the push-ups.
Okay. All right, hold on. We gotta get the camera angled here. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it shining? Where are you gonna be able to see me?
Yeah, we'll see you there. Get as close to the wall as possible.
All right.
All right, Peter will do his push-ups.
Going on right down here. All right. We'll give you 20. I promised. We'll make it happen.
Yep. As hopefully as Peter's doing these push-ups, he can pump up my Apple stock with his push-ups. Here he
Ready?
goes. Ready?
Okay.
We see you. There it is. Hey, Peter does some pretty quick, guys. You guys think he was not gonna pull it off? Look at that. There it is. Get the blood flowing.
There you go. Easy.
Very nice,
Done.
Peter.
There you go. 20.
We
As
see you
promised.
added to your
Getting
deck
closer
there.
to my target for the day.
Good
Yes.
morning,
No
everybody. How are
problem.
you guys doing?
Hey,
No
good
problem.
morning, Andrew. How are you?
I am in a very good mood. Not even Peter can ruin my morning.
I'll try. Let's see. What can I
uh,
do?
Did you guys have a good day? I had an amazing day. Uh,
yeah, not as good as your PLTR trade, man.
that was
That was
great, huh?
great.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
good, man.
that was a good trade. Yeah, I sold some puts on Microsoft yesterday. Gapping up turned out to be really nice. So I'm closing my day $48,000, which is PLTR was a big one, but Microsoft was a swing that I had. And yeah, sitting on some buns and SPY, just having fun for now. See what's going to happen. Peter is doing push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my promise. I made a promise.
Uh,
You got to keep your promises.
what was the promise? What was the promise?
If we got to the 400 likes, I'd give him 20 push-ups. I'm doing a charity push-up challenge, Andrew. So I got to do 2,000 push-ups in 20 days. And anyway, so
Nice.
we've been talking about it. So anyways,
Yeah, for sure.
there you go.
Anything that gets you moving, I'm happy to contribute.
There you go. Perfect.
All right, so PLTR was obviously a great trade. So the Atlas is obviously great. The market Atlas, we were talking about it, that we're going to do an update on it, release very soon. And, it's really, really nice. Like now it has the auto, zoom and auto things is really, really nice. So, soon we're going to really release that. That's really nice and really lovely. So, um,
All right. Yeah, it's working great.
Great
Market
trade,
Atlas.
Andrew, by the way, on PLTR.
thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah.
I was really geeking out on that trade.
So we did took a couple of so first we went there. So obviously these moving averages fight back. It did drop on it, so we got one loss. And then as soon as it came back up, long, partial, and the market atlas helped me to add multiple times. So again, the atlas is really, it's only $99 per month, but you pay that and then you get $40,000 profit. So it's just helping me. These ads really came through the market atlas. So I hope that you guys are getting it. It's doing pretty well. Brian had a nice trade on Qs, I think. Brian took this
Yeah.
rally on the QQQ.
No, it was no, I flipped it to the SPY when we bounced just before 10 o'clock and it really started to break out. So that worked out. That SPY trade worked out quite well. Things are looking a little toppy on the markets right now. We've kind of been bumping along top end of this range here. MU had a nice move up. Yeah, all these stocks and indexes took a little while to warm up, but eventually we got there. That's what I'm kind of finding over the last week or so. It's there seems to be a little bit of choppy price action before the market decides what direction it's going to take. So, so best to just kind of sit back if you're not sure and just wait for a break of a range.
Right, that was a little bit more than a little bit of choppy. It was a whole lot of chop before it decided on that
Yeah,
direction.
yeah. No, it was for sure. If you look at the
But you're
SPY
right.
and you look at, yeah,
Carlos
you
and
look
I
at the
were
SPY and the
talking
Qs.
about that, how you have to be so patient, right? Waiting for that move to finally set up. Because you're right, it does this chop thing recently, hasn't it? At the open, and you've got to sort of wait it out.
Yeah, I think that's sort of indicative of the kind of market we're in right now. It's we've had this pretty significant pullback on a lot of the tech stuff. Um, the buy the dip trade hasn't necessarily worked as well. So people are a little bit more cautious before just jumping in. It's what was the standard operating procedure before.
Peter, I heard that you're coming to Egypt. That's amazing. Peter is coming
Absolutely.
out of Egypt. It's amazing. So my mom is also coming. So my mom
Oh,
is also coming. Yeah, I told her, she said that she would love to come. So that would be amazing. Don't hit on my mom, okay, Peter?
well, I might ask the same because I'm
Yeah.
trying to convince my daughter to come, Andrew. So if she comes,
The one that is single? Oh.
the
Now
doctor.
Andrew's saying it's,
Yeah.
now Andrew just changed his mind.
Yeah.
Yes, okay to hit on my mom now.
Oh my God. Wedding,
Peter,
wedding in
don't
Egypt
hit
on
on,
the Nile. That's amazing.
You think you can move that
don't hit on
fast?
Andrew's.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, yeah, good. No,
Don't
that's great.
don't
It's
you
gonna be
dare hit on
amazing.
Andrew's mom.
All right.
Yeah.
Don't you
I mean,
dare hit
honestly,
on
I don't
Andrew's
mind
mom.
actually.
She's
My mom
mine.
has
I
been
can make.
single.
I don't promise not to flirt with her because that could be a lot of fun, but it'll be harmless. I promise.
No, do it. She's single. Like, she's an adult girl. She's single. You can do. She's been actually single for like my dad passed away like 15 years ago. I think it's about time for her to find a new love.
Okay.
Who am I to get in front of true
Yeah,
love?
exactly.
All right, so that's a great day, by the way, guys. So it was fun. We had some jokes. AMD's going up.
Yeah, I was just
Um,
looking at AMD breaking new high of day here. You didn't do your options trade on Microsoft
Microsoft.
or
No, no, I should have, huh? I think I
yeah,
should have.
it's pushing higher. You're right. I think it's kind of looks a little oversold.
We can still do that. We can buy 390
You,
puts and sell 400.
you, you could do it on AMD too. AMD looks kind of the same kind of setup.
Yeah, AMD is the PE of AMD is so high. Like Microsoft PE is below average of the SPY. So I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
fundamentally, Microsoft is way more stronger and oversold.
AMD is actually red on the day, which is surprising.
AMD was gapping down 2%.
Yeah. So it's trying to crawl its way out here. The SPY and the Qs are breaking to new highs here.
Go on, NVDA. Let's go higher. What made you look at PLTR today, Andrew? Of all the things out there.
It was gapping up 2% at PLTR.
Okay.
It was gapping up 2%. And we noticed that it's above this level. If you see my chart, it was trading just above this range. Obviously, if it was here, I didn't like it. You don't want to trade inside bar, but it was gapping up 2% while the market wasn't really gapping up much. And I thought that there has a potential for the breakout. I think there was some upgrade news on it, and I think there's the news of war in Iran is picking up, and usually this kind of wars are really good for PLTR because people think that PLTR is getting more projects and stuff for the war. We discussed that it's one of the biggest source of revenue is the government and military because all these big data
Yeah.
targeting and everything.
All their
What would we
secret
do
squirrel
without the
programs.
military?
Yeah. Yeah, I think NSA probably all these calls and texts and browsings, they're all being monitored by, PLTR softwares, I guess. Like if I go and type in Google that I love Peter's family or daughter, the PLTR is probably tracking this and they know.
And what is PLTR going to do with that information exactly?
They keep it until
That's
it's needed. Then when I run for the president, then they have that information that 50 years ago I typed that.
Okay. All right. Well,
because
I
you
guess
never know when
graphing
that
all.
information is valuable.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. We are in a very weird time. Like I can't really search some stuff. Like I love to search some stuff and like have some information, but I don't want to type in Google like uh,
You don't want to be flagged.
oh yeah. I mean, as soon as you type some stuff, not somebody knock on your door. Tuck, 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 tuck. It's weird. All right. Any question, guys, about the trades that we did?
NVDA.
Canada versus Czech is going on.
So
Yeah,
Carlos is asking about
both 1-0.
the trades that we did on Microsoft. So Microsoft obviously is really sold off on a fundamental analysis. Microsoft is really oversold, and went down to around 390 last week, and then it bounced back, and now it's sold off. Yesterday I came and I saw, okay, it's gapping down, and let's sell. I think it was 395 that I sold. So let's say 395. I sold 395 for today. So Microsoft has every other day. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I sold 395, and I didn't protect myself at $1.50. But what you can do is if you sell the puts down here, you can protect yourself going down a little bit and buy some as a protection. So if the price goes down, you go negative, but if passes this one, the 1-to-1 goes up. So you only, your risk would be only the certain amount that you're doing. Let me show it to you. Let me show you and actually TWS and a lot of platforms are showing that to you. So here's the situation. So what you can do right now is, you can sell the puts at 395. This one is for Friday, so February 20th. So what you can do is you can go and sell the puts at 180. Let's say you get filled in at 180. So you collect $1.80 per contract. And you can buy the 390 at 90 cents. So that would be your stop loss. So the difference in these, so you collect 1.8, you pay 1 night, so you get 90 cents per contract. 100 contract, that would be $9,000 for 2 days. And you win this if the stock stays above 395. And if it goes below 390, you just lose that 90 cents because from now on, you're protected with this put, and then this one is going to go negative. If you don't do that and becomes naked and only sell the 395, that means that, if it goes below 395, then your negative goes keep higher and higher, your loss, because you have to cover it at 395. So again, if you want to put that insurance or not.
And to be clear, 100 contracts is a lot of contracts, by the way. So,
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of contracts. So, I mean, I was thinking like, I had 100 contracts. I sold it at 1.5. And I had no protection. And I covered it today here it is what I covered at 20 cents. If I were holding for half an hour more, I would have another $2,000, because I had 100 contracts. So it eventually went to zero. like it's not worth anything because it's trading way above 390. That's where I covered it. But these strategies are really well known. So when you're selling options, you become like an insurance company. So you collect the premium, but you have to, cover in case of an accident or incident. There are ways to handle it.
Yeah.
Like TWS has, charts that find you the best optimum scenarios and stuff. Or a lot of
Yeah,
ETFs that
that's
they do
true.
that already for you. Like for example, JEPI
Yeah.
is ETF that they do this constantly covered call, covered puts. They do it automatically for you, and they optimizing it, and they give you back that. So it's not that I'm pretty smart and I figured this thing out for the first time. Brian you have it in your book too, How to Trade Options, yes?
Yes. Carlos, why don't we can give away one of my books if you want. You can give away the options or book or the swing trading book. If you want to do a draw today, Wednesday.
Yeah, get the draw funded account, free funded accounts, and also we have a lot of books. Carlos, you have my books too if you want to give away my audiobooks.
Where's Carlos?
Carlos is indisposed.
Carlos
I'm
was a
here.
good man. He was a
There
good
he
man.
is.
Here, what happened? Did I miss something?
They're asking about giveaways? Did we do the earlier giveaway? We promised.
No,
that
no,
one.
we didn't. No, we'll do it in a few
Okay.
minutes. Yeah.
And Brian
Do it
wants
now.
to give away a book.
Oh,
Give
oh,
away
that's awesome.
one of my books, swing trade or options, whatever the winner prefers.
Sweet. All right, I'll start setting it up.
All right, so I'm gonna hand it over to Carlos for the draw, guys. Free funded accounts.
Yeah.
Make sure that make sure that you
Frosty?
are coming to wait for Market Atlas new update that we're gonna release. Is amazing. Next week we're gonna be in Vegas. If you are for our money show, I have a presentation, a panel, and live trading in Vegas. I think we have over 50, 60 people coming. It would be really nice. And yeah, and then Egypt, guys, again, it would be a really nice trip. I think we are about 10, 12 people. It would be really nice. If you haven't been to Egypt, I think it would be amazing. Like this itinerary is really nice.
Yeah.
All the best, guys.
Looks
Thank you so
great.
much.
Later, Andrew.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Egypt
Carlos, what
is
are we doing?
amazing.
Yeah, so
What's
I
the
got it set
hashtag
up.
you want?
We went with BBT. So hashtag BBT friends. And
BBT.
yeah, we're going to get it going. We'll do the first one for Brian's book. Sorry, we'll do the
All
first one
right.
for the funded account and then Brian's book. So
Okay.
first one for the funded account and then Brian's book. So here we are. Okay, give it a couple of seconds. So hashtag BBT friends, 76 entries. So far, we'll give it a bit and we'll get going here. We'll see. Okay, I'm still in my Apple trade. Are you still in your NVDA trade,
Yeah.
Peter? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, still in it.
Oh, Nvidia's back
heading
up.
back to the high
Yep.
of day here. It's over 190,
Yep.
so that's good.
Still got my Tesla trade too on the funded account, so that's back up. Hopefully breaks.
Multitasking here, watching the hockey game, trading.
Yeah, nice. All right, friends, 124 entries. Here's for the funded account first. Here it is. The winner for today, 321, goes to Rick Parent 2 4109. Rick Parent 2 4109. Parento, is that French?
Parento. Yep.
That looks French. Yeah, it's got too many vowels here. E-A-U, yes. That's definitely. Too many vowels. All right. There you go. Rick, you're the winner, my friend. Send us an email, carlos@bearwoodtraders.com. French? Yeah, he confirms it is
Rick
French.
says, oh, yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Very nice. Very nice. I think with me and you've been chatting on emails, right? We've been chatting about something. Name sounds familiar, but I get so many emails I can't tell. All right, we're going to roll it here. For the next one is going to be for Brian's book, and you have the options to get the options book or to get the swing trade book, right? So when you email me, let me know which one you want, and then we'll get Brian to hook you up. So here it is. The reroll goes to Infinity Trinity 1. So Infinity Trinity 1, you are the winner for the book. So send me an email, carlos@bearwithtrust.com, and in the email, let me know which book you want, which audible you want, the options or the swing trade. All right, friends. Brian, thanks for that. Appreciate you, man. And you're all good to go. I see Thor is on deck. Good morning, Thor.
Hey, good morning. What's up?
Morning, Thor.
How is everybody out there doing? Good to see everybody. Hope everyone's having a great trading day. My trading day is quite boring today, where yesterday it was quite not boring, but today it's a bit boring. So we'll talk a little bit about that. How was your day today, Carlos? You guys crush it?
Yeah, it started a little rough, but man, it turned out really nice. We got a trade on Tesla. Peter got a beautiful NVDA trade that he's still in. I'm still in the Apple trade. So we had one loss and then a couple of winners after. So I can't complain, man. Can't complain. Turned out pretty good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Peter has been a boss lately with some of these. I've been seeing him like really hitting some of these,
Yeah,
like good holders and stuff. It's pretty good.
He's becoming a very good opening trader. That's not his thing,
Working
right? He
on it.
trades usually. He's still on. I can't talk good about him anymore. I thought he was
Yeah.
off.
Never mind. Take the positive
Never
phrase back.
mind. Take that back.
Take it away.
No, say more. Say more nice stuff. I like it.
I thought
Certainly
he was
don't put
gone
any
'cause
Peter emojis.
his camera froze. I'm like, he's gone. I could talk good about him now, but he's still here.
Oh,
Nah, just
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Peter,
never mind,
seriously,
Carlos. We
you're
need to cut this out immediately.
Oh.
yeah. As a opening trader, man, you have definitely become much better. It's no question. No question. All right, guys.
appreciate
Guys,
all
have a
right.
great rest of the morning. We'll leave with Dr. V and Thor. I see them on here. And you guys trade safe.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. V in the house.
What's up?
Hey, what's going on? So
Not
good to have
much.
everybody here. Good to have Dr. V with us this week. My favorite trading day of the week, obviously, is getting to hang out on Wednesdays with you and talk trading. So
It's been a while. It's been forever. I missed you guys.
it does feel like it. Big Lou, you're right. Dr. V, great Wall Street interview.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it was really on the spot. I was not prepared, and we were hanging out with Peter, and he was like, "Oh, it would be great to do an interview together." I'm like, "Okay, let's do
Let's
it."
do this.
So that was lots of fun. Like Peter is amazing. You know, the energy, the
For
way he brings
real.
people together. Like he's a go-getter. He has 1 million projects at once. He's very, very inspiring. And he
That
has a
dude
good
makes
vibe.
me feel like an old man, but he's like twice my age or so. I'm 3 times my age, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I think he's like 150. But it's like
Yeah.
amazing his energy level. I mean, no, he's in his 70s, but I mean, his energy level for being like it's insane. But
Yeah.
your interview was what was really insane. I thought you like blew it out of the water. So we were,
Oh my
we
God.
were
I haven't
so
watched it.
excited.
I'm not a
So.
big fan of watching me, so I didn't watch it. But I'm glad that you like it.
Oh, loved it. And as you can see from the room. So if you guys didn't get a chance to watch her interview, make sure we'll get a link for you, but also make sure if you check my X account, I shared her interview on my X, so at Thor Young, so you can find it there. If you need a link to it. So otherwise go out there and have some fun. And check that out. But it was very, very interesting. I really liked so many of the different things that you talked about in that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How are you guys? Oh, great, Chris. Good job on your wife. Super lady. Good job. You must be a great guy, Chris. Yeah, thank you. It's the St. Lawrence River, frozen, so you can see all the seasons of the St. Lawrence, and now it's not so cold actually. I think it's getting warmer. But yeah, I'm very lucky with the view. Oh, great. She should hang out with us on Wednesdays. She should learn how to trade. I need more
Yeah,
coffee.
I want to learn some more about Chris while we're at it. We could
Yeah.
ask her some great questions.
Exactly.
So how's your trading today? Anything fun for you, Doctor?
No, I had someone before the session and but I really like the breakout on NQ though. We broke the 4-hour downtrend. So that's very nice. So we might go to ATR high.
Yeah, I'm in a trade now, but I'm not convinced it's going to work because it's on my arch nemesis, which is YM. YM had a really lovely call up at R4 on a higher wider, and it started selling from there, so I got into it. But right now we're not getting very much movement. So, but it looks nice. I like it a lot, but so far it's not treating me so good. So.
The only thing I see for YM is that if we reclaim 49,901, we have a monthly level there. So if we are above, it's more bullish. So the play is interesting for me, but below 900, there's a big support there. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a lot here. It just signaled. I liked it a lot better than the way like ES and some of the others looked up here. Everything
it's
on those
so
just looks
bullish. I'm
so
looking at it right
bullish.
now.
I
Yeah,
just don't feel comfortable. But this one, I like how it started off selling and then as it's moved higher, it's done it on really low volume. So it seems like it's more of like an offer than the others, but we'll see. So not a lot of high hopes for today on this one, but it's a really
okay,
good trade, taken exactly the way I wanted to take it. So whether it wins or not, who cares? So it'll be a good
exactly.
time. But if it sells from here, I've got great potential on this one. So we'll just sit here and suffer together a little bit, and we'll just let it and see what this thing happens. Maybe you guys get to see me take a nice loss today.
A
So
sexy loser.
sexy loser for you.
But it's still, I mean, if we lose the monthly, it's good. So
Mm,
let's go. Let's go, IM.
it could
We can do
happen.
this.
YM for me lately it hasn't been quite giving me all the good moves like it did like a couple months ago. So
Oh, I
it's it's
remember
it
you mentioning that YM sucked this morning.
yeah, its hit statistics are a little low. So naturally I'm trying to give it a chance today to
Of course.
you can do it, YM. Come on, come back to me.
Let's
Like
make peace.
let's make peace. Like, but it's not going to. And now I realize I have a monthly R4 at like 50,000 up there. That looks pretty juicy. So rude. So,
Yeah.
oh, nice, Sergey. We can lose it together, my friend.
NVDA was nice for a short, I think. We saw that this morning, right, with the people? Oh,
Oh
no.
yeah,
Never
you had
mind.
some great levels on some of these
No,
this
it's not
morning.
that. It's not that one I wasn't. Oh, it's Tesla I was interested for a short, but then we reclaimed the monthly level, so it's not a short anymore.
No, it was a
But
nice
Tesla was in a
R3
nice spot.
wide and just didn't happen.
It's so bullish. Like, I don't know why, but people are buying today.
They're very
Wow.
excited.
I mean, yeah. So NQ is breaking the big downtrend that we had. So let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's squeeze these people.
Dinkin' Bears, it hurts. We're getting hurt by these bulls. I can feel it.
Yeah, not a good day for bears today.
Yeah.
It's okay. Oh, you don't see a chart? Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, it's just both of us.
I'm
Uh, you
sorry.
know, no, we can't show a chart actually. You can show mine or mine's up, but I'm sure V probably has one up too. But you can show either one. Well, just so at least
Yeah,
there's
I
other
can
than
share
our,
mine.
than our faces. We're like, hi. Good to see
I'm so
you.
sorry.
We're just doing our own thing here. Oh yeah, YouTube. Good to see you. We're just having our own little conversation here on camera and just doing what we do. So sorry. So,
Oh,
bros, I'm
there
still
you
trying
go.
it. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Of course you are trying. That's what we do. You have a signal, you take it.
I don't care. I'm still trading this stupid thing. I'm a crazy person. That's why I make money trading.
Yeah, we wanted to show a screen. Thank you for telling us.
Let me ping. Oh, there we go. We have a screen
It's happening.
happening. Happening. So yeah, so NQ is just like way out here. Oh, we just actually hit a seller. That's fun. So where's ES at? Just a little high.
don't see your screen. Oh, okay, never mind.
It's there. It's just
Yeah, it's
taking,
there.
just taking a really long time.
Which screen you want? You want Dr. V's or your store?
What? What you want to share? Or you go with me sharing, Dr. V?
I can see your screen. It's on here.
Yeah, it's up. It's up. We're
Yeah,
good.
I see it now. It's just me. I'm sorry, Carlos.
We were just a little
Oh,
delayed.
okay. No, it's all good. But which one
Strongish.
do you want? Do you want yours or Dr. V's up now?
Mine's fine.
Okay, cool.
I'll ping you.
Then we'll show mine after.
So, we're strong as you know what. So we'll make it work.
Strong as shit.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's you know, when I have some clinic mixed in the day with trading, sometimes I really feel like the pressure of maybe I will miss something. So that's also very challenging, and it's not always possible like to clear my mornings, but I really feel that pressure sometimes. It is yeah. So I'm
You
happy it's bullish today. I'm very
Yeah.
happy.
You think, I mean, I think that that pressure probably impacts a lot of traders that have not reached the point to where they're able to just trade full time. You know what I mean? Like when you're trading full time and that's all you have to do, you kind of have this privilege of that's your life. Like that's all you have to worry about is making sure you're in a desk. You get to like live your little bubble. You don't have to go anywhere. But it's like for everyone who's learning, especially 1 years, 3 years in, you still have your side hustles, your main occupations, and the things that you have to still focus on. And there's these days you have to balance that, I imagine.
And
Right?
also
So, and
I
that's
would,
that's got to be very hard.
yeah, and I would highly recommend that you guys have another passion in life, because trading makes you financially like independent, but at the end of the day, you're just alone with your computer and not alone when you trade with us and when you chat with us, but it can become a lonely business at times. And also, it's not fulfilling like your human mission, if I can say. Like, we all have a purpose, all have a special talent. We are needed from the world for something. All of you, okay? You are good at something and you have to share it with the world. So I would highly recommend that you always keep another job, another, just also to compensate for them, even if you're a trader full time. Let's say
Especially.
that, yeah, let's say that you have a bad month. Like it's stressful to say like, shit, I should make 10K this month and now I'm down 10K. So now I need to make 20K this month to come back. It adds a lot of pressure. Also, if you're starting, okay, and you're saying to yourself, oh, I should get this thing going in 6 months because I'm planning to quit my job in 6 months. Guess what? It's not gonna happen. You know, having time frames like that will not work because you have to do it for a lot of years until you're very comfortable. So please, it shouldn't be your aim to become a day trader full time. Okay, because now all your energy will go to the market, all your, you know, interest will go there. It's okay to be passionate about it, but then find another thing that if trading sucks, you can stop trading and you're not needy from the market.
I think that's such a good point. And even as you become a professional trader, staying anchored and staying true to your mission, you know, because one is really more important than what you do. You know what I mean? And I find all of what you said there just brilliant. I mean, especially if you go back through and think about what's going to pressure you. And for me, the word that always comes into my head is one you've used before, which is urgency.
Mhm.
Right? Anytime I feel that I need to do something, that's when trading ultimately becomes very difficult for me, right? That you need to make money, you need to take a trade, you need to, you know, have something to show, you need to have something to do, you know, and all of these things. But for me, getting to focus on like my personal relationships with people I really care about, right? Those things are the things that really give me mission, like elevating the people around me that I care about and being a good dad, or these things are the things that I can put my like heart and soul into. And then trading for me is just a mechanical endeavor. I'm just going to sit down and take one or two trades and then I'm done. And ultimately, the great part about that is then you can be happy, like one or two trades a week, maybe even you can make the money you need.
Oh,
Like,
you can wait for juicy levels. Okay. Yeah. Like RTY, we had a beautiful downtrend. You could have waited for that trend and just take that hit. Focus on higher time frames or focus on something calmer. So you just take the best parties. You just go to the best parties. And it's not because you're a day trader that you should trade every day. That's also something that we have to learn.
it's a time frame, not an occupational title.
Exactly. Oh, I need to trade every day. Oh, it's 9:30. I used to say that. Oh, it's 9:30. I'm working. Why? Well, the market's open. And like, do you have a plan? No, it's gonna move and I'm gonna do something about it. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sounds like a great plan.
Okay. Yeah.
What about you donate your money to a charity instead of giving it to the NQ charity?
For real. I mean, this is one of those things. It's hard to believe this, but before I started working with you, I really wasn't using alerts. Right? I had a full system, but I would sit and watch for things to get into place. It was a lot of work. I'd be there at 9:30, prep, all of these different things. So watching it. Okay, we got to do this. Right. And then it was like, wait a minute, why am I staring at this thing if it's not near a level or hitting a cam or doing something like that? Like all of the soul tax, you're just sitting there and you're just watching and watching and watching. And it's like, for what? You know what I mean? By the time the trade comes in, you're exhausted and you haven't even taken a trade yet. And it's like, it's pretty wild.
I know. The alert-based trading has saved so many lives. We had a testimonial of a member from our mentoring community this morning, and he was saying like it really saved my life. I used to trade a few hundred trades per day. I was a very high frequency trader, and now I don't care if I don't trade. I mean, what a shift. He's calm, he's grounded, and he waits for the alerts. He's
Think
waiting.
about that. It's
And,
amazing.
and when I say waiting, you're not actually waiting, actively waiting. You just like, oh, ding, I have something to look at.
Hmm.
If not,
Exactly.
it's too easy for you to want to interact. And I'm sure some of you feel it, that the longer you do not participate in a day, the more pressure starts building because you are not participating in the market, you are not doing, you know, it's
Hmm.
hard.
It's
It's
very
hard
hard.
for our wiring, right? To sit there and do nothing. The first idea we have is I'm lazy. I'm not
Mm.
performing. Okay,
Hmm.
don't mix performing and entering trades.
You said that earlier, and I kind of had this weird mental picture because surprise, I have a weird mental picture. But it was the idea of one of those people who are a performing statue. Like it was in Vancouver like a year ago. They had these people and they wouldn't move till you rung the bell. But like, did you think their performance wasn't happening
Of course.
while they were a statue? Right? No, it was still a performance. When you rang the bell, they then moved. Right? So I suddenly had this image in my head. Yeah, what I'm doing is until the alert comes, I'm the statue, but I'm still performing. And then when the bell rings, now it's time to move and do the thing. I don't know why I did a robot there. But so that really hit me this morning when I was thinking about that, which was very actually calming for me to think of it that way.
Yeah, we really, the brain like makes a very big shortcut in performance and taking a trade. You know, what is performance for you guys? How would you define yourself as being a good performer in trading? Because it's so counterintuitive. Oh, YM is back under. Good boy.
Come on, YM. You can do
Let's
it.
go. It's beautiful.
I mean, it's a nice setup.
Yeah, well,
I'm
yeah.
here to ruin all the
Now,
stats,
yeah.
bros. We're gonna ruin all the stats today, bros.
Yeah, let's go, YM. Let's make love, not war.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it. Be good to me, industrials. Let's go. I know there's only 12 of you, but I like all 12.
30.
30. Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Do we have some questions, guys? I'm here for you on Wednesdays. We hang out, we talk about different topic, but I'm here for you, so shoot.
So one question was a CAM question, and it was asking where to set an alert. So if you're using the CAM system that I have through TradingView, the alerts are automatically there. Once you turn the alerts on, it will alert you at the correct CAM level. But if you want to set an alert depending on your platform, you can do them manually at those areas as well. So if you have a specific platform you'd like to talk about, I can work you with that. But on mine, for instance, YM for me, this box you can see that's here on YM was an auto-drawn box by the CAM system, right? So as we get near it, you can see the level highlights. This was actually Dr. V's idea. As it gets near the level, you can see we actually highlight, and then when we wick in and close after touching the level, we draw the box. And the box basically gives me my entry areas and my exit areas. And then I'm going to trade across the range, and since S4 is within range, we'll probably run this. I'll try and see how far this thing sells off by the end of the day. And we'll see what happens. So
That would be so amazing.
it would
So
be fun.
no CP?
Well, I mean, if we get back to CP, it would just be in the middle of the opening sell. So I may just let this one go and see what happens. But it depends. If I get a nice downtrend going and then we come back through it, I might go out. You know, I heard trends work. So I don't know who told me that, but
Yeah, maybe I can share my screen.
yeah. Yeah, if
Let's
we
look
don't
at
look at
some.
my trade, it'll do better. So how about we go to
Exactly.
Dr. V?
When we don't watch you, YM, you do the right thing.
There we go. There's Dr. V's screen. And we'll just put the ghost from Super Mario Brothers onto a different.
I love it. All right. So trend lines. NQ broke out. So this is a 4-hour chart. Okay. So I had this downtrend going on. Beautiful. We had that setup last week. That was so juicy. You know, just connecting these 2 points. Juicy, juicy again. So we had 2 days, 2 consecutive days that were just amazing. I mean, yeah, beautiful. But now the sentiment has changed, okay? Because trading is a game of direction. You always have to remember that. You can make it very complicated, but at the end of the day, you need to align with what they're doing. You need to be aligned. I lost the chat. Okay, so alignment. Until we are contained in this direction, the bears are more in control. I'm not saying that we will not ebb and flow and pull back. Okay, I'm saying higher time frame wise on the 4-hour, we are going down. But then here today they said we are done doing this. So now you cannot be short anymore until they come back. That could be a fake out. Okay, they like to fake us out. But until they come back, we are not bearish. Whatever, like how the price action behave, what it looks like, the shape of the candles, the patterns that you see, whatever it is, the simple story is we are not bearish anymore. End of story. So it's always good in the morning if you could set your charts, look at the bigger picture and say, I need to find an alignment for today. I need to choose a side so that I don't get in trouble in both directions. Okay, and I'm not saying that if we have a direction in the morning that it cannot change during the day. Of course not. We stay present to the here and now. Okay, mindful trading. It's not what you think it's gonna do. It is what the chart is telling you. And sometimes it's hard because we are stubborn. We want to be right. We want the idea or the trading plan to be present. We want to take that setup. Okay, we have a good example here on NQ. So we had a call for R3 short because it's a lower and wider range. But we have a problem because we bounce off the 4-hour uptrend that we have. You see? We made a new high last night. So now I have my second touch of my trend line right there. Okay. So this is my second touch because uptrends make higher highs. That's it. Nothing complicated there. Okay. So based on the technical analysis, yes, we get an alert. Okay. And when I say alert based trading, I'm not saying you have your alert and you jump in. Okay, so for me, I need 3 conditions. The price has to reach my level. It has to stay below it because it's a resistance potentially. And then it needs to break my go trend line, which is going to be like this. Okay, so for me, a very good entry would be around here when we break this. But seeing that, I'm not comfortable being short. Also, the price action was very clear, okay? But that's not nice here that we have that in the way. Because again, it's always a battle. There's 2 sides, 2 animals, okay? Bulls are defending, bears are defending, and also bears are defending, potentially, okay? But until like here, bouncing here is not a good indication for the bears until we reach the other one, of course. And look how well broke it, came back. Look at the candle on the trend. And then we took off. For how long? I don't care. I don't know. I will never know. This is the land of uncertainty. But I would have a criteria to go long because now we're saying we are done doing that directional move. So when we break my downtrend that goes to the pullback level, I can get in. Okay, and if it's a legit move, I could aim for ATR high because when we break a higher time frame trend with conviction, we should be able to reach that. So you see how psychology is very closely linked to your technical understanding and your trading recipe. And when I say technical understanding, I'm not saying that you should read 200 books and become a market maker. Okay, it's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need to understand the basic component of technical analysis. How do you know the price is going up? How do you know the price is going down? How do you know we're not going anywhere? To build yourself a story.
And this is absolutely right. So one of the things, like for you traders that are cam traders, even for instance, the one thing we have to understand when we're using these models is these models give us locations to look, not take. Right. So the idea of being in cams, right? Cams are the algorithm we're going to use to see where we find volume, where we find selling or buying, depending on the range. But like, so for instance, on ES and NQ, one of the things we were missing was the alignment. So we've got the right range, but we don't have the right volume. We're not selling in these ranges. And this makes a lot more sense, especially if you look at how Dr. V's trend lines were put in, right? As we go through that area, we're basically in a void halfway between both trends, right? So there's really like no reason for us to stop there and come back down. We've already bought off the lower trend. We're probably going to go up and check on the higher one now, right? So we're not going to get volume there in the middle where we are. You know what I mean? Or at least not the kind we're going to want. So as we bought through it, this one was clearly kind of like a no-go. One of the reasons I like YM so much today over the others, and maybe Dr. V can give us some YM love on that one, is YM started off selling very hard, and then it offered up into the right range on very, very weakly, and we've actually been selling more than buying. So this one for me actually fits. We're in a higher, but I haven't looked at the, maybe you can, I don't know if you see anything on the higher time frame that maybe helps me here, but
I just had
I
my,
also,
we're ranging for YM, so I just had the monthly level in play today.
yes, for me, I still feel like after the sell we had like back on it was the 12th and then the 11th, I think we're more likely to find selling. So that's why I'm kind of also thinking this too. But I think the other ones really didn't have as clear of a potential for me. And this one I actually waited to get into it till pretty late. I mean, not till around like 10:38, almost 10:40, because I wanted to let this thing stop moving, chop around for a little while and really show me that we've got some potential here. So fingers crossed. It still hasn't done it yet, but whatever.
But it's a good trade
It's
because
a great
again,
trade.
now we are under that resistance. So the first thing we have in mind is that the line will do its job until it doesn't. That's the first assumption. And Zeus is saying, show your positive daily P&L. I'm not sure like how it's gonna help you, and we really don't focus on that. We focus on bringing simplicity to your trading. And of course, nothing works 100% of the time because we would know it, right? The idea, Zeus, is to find what works for you, what makes you comfortable in the market, what can you have faith enough in it the longest possible so that you can repeat the same process and test a system for yourself. So the whole idea here is not to say, look at me, I'm so amazing. Of course not. The idea is to say, I want to trade simple and I want to align with the market. What is the sentiment? So for YM, yes, we are going up. We made a higher high, we are going up. But we are having this resistance right there. So, until they take that and hold it, the bulls are not in control. Make a story for yourself in the morning. Like now, if we hold below it, then we couldn't go to CP because CP is also a nice level. Okay, we have a lot of candle touching. So CP is a good level. And then we could go across the range again. Or we just say, you know what, this time we break out and we resume going up. You see, it's a battle. So I want you guys to really simplify your understanding and see this as a fence. If we cross that fence, bulls. Okay, and the next level will be all-time high.
I like that a lot.
And even like this big selling candle will probably have a nice reaction at its top.
So I want to piggyback off of something you're saying. So Zeus, so I don't actually believe it proves what we're saying to show P&L, and I'll kind of give you evidence as to why. And take this from someone who teaches lots of people. Actually, when I overshare my P&L, the general performance of the people I'm teaching goes down. Because what happens is they get more obsessed with my P&L than they do with my actual trading, and they start trying to copy my P&L, not copy my trading, right? So I really want you to copy my trading, put your own risk on it, and you will get to judge the P&L. You can see on our exits and entries whether they're working or not. Now, the other side of that is if I have $1 million account with 3 times leverage, right? Then what I can do is I can make $15,000 or $20,000 while only making like a 0.5% or like 0.1% on my account. And I can leverage all of it to do it, right? So my P&L will look amazingly impressive, $10,000, $15,000, $30,000, but I made technically no money compared to my account. You're going to try and do this with a $20,000 account or a $30,000 account. And even though you will do the same thing as me, you won't make money because your P&L focus will keep you too small in the pocket, right? You won't make enough money because of the size of your account. So what's important is to emulate the behavior and then apply that behavior to your own account size with your own risk metrics. I assure you, if you just take a look and judge on whether or not we have good entries or good exits, you can go through my Instagram. There's dozens of them, some of them with some P&L on them, but there are dozens of, actually, no, none of the ones on my IG have P&L. There's dozens of trades in there that show glorious entries and glorious exits, right? So it's all that, but the percentage of change doesn't matter either, Zeus. I could make deposits into my trading account with my own personal money, and it would make my trading account go up. Right. So there's very easy ways to misrepresent success in trading. I highly recommend you just pay attention to the system and the strategy that people are using and see if it's effective for you.
And
Well,
again, like the opposite is also true. Like, so if we show positive P&Ls, like, does it mean we're good traders?
no, not at all.
It's really not what we want to
No.
do here, you know? And when you say like you want to prove yourself, it's really not me, right? It's the market. So we have a resistance, and the market is kind of proving it to you right now that the levels are working. You know, and I'm also worried about, you know, you may be focusing too much on outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a positive P&L doesn't mean you're a good trader. You can have a red month, okay, where you made no money, still you were a good trader. Okay, so for me, the way I work, what saved my day was simplifying my trading and removing everything on my chart except for some key levels. And these key levels are really helping me navigate the market because it's a very dangerous place. Okay, it's a wild jungle. So we need to find something that fits us. And it doesn't mean my system fit me that it will fit another trader. So it's very important to try all the different flavors in the beginning in sim, of course, and then decide, okay, I can have more conviction if I trade like that, or I really like the VWAP at the open. I like these setups. I'm comfortable. I like the open. It's really a long journey because you need to find yourself and you need to test a lot. So it takes a lot of time just to gather the data, to trust something, you know, to build conviction. You build conviction with repetitions. So the amount of patience we need is humongous, yet we want to do it very fast. And again, a trader I was talking with was telling me that when he learned the piano and a new melody, he will only focus on like 3 little things for weeks just to get the fingers alignment good, just to
Mm-hmm.
get these few notes good. And then they can go to the other step. So I really want you guys to see the same thing for trading. There's like this very interesting idea of us wanting trading to work fast. You know, like we want to be able to play the melody like right off the bat, or maybe in a few months. Why is that we treat trading not as a regular job, not as something we learn, you know, like any other skill? trading is always so rushed, and I was like that too. I wanted to um, to make money fast consistently, but it's very interesting how we work, because there is the potential of making big money. Now it should be treated differently. So yeah,
Well, it's very true. And I mean, I think outcome attachment in general, these are these naturally human things that we have. Like we want to control the future, we want to control the outcome of things, and we feel like if we can do that, it makes us safe, right? But being safe isn't about controlling what could happen. It's about controlling what you are doing in your life, and that hopefully you have no idea, right? Hopefully that, so you go to the gym every day. Hopefully going there makes you buff, right? But you have to do the right behaviors if you want the right outcomes. And, and just going back into Zeus, like, take some time and come by these sessions for a little while, and you'll start to see the way that Dr. V draws her higher time frame alignments, right? There's nothing random about that. It's a very tried and true method that's been used for a very long time. And the CAM system itself is a system based off of, I wrote this book in 2022, and I've been using the same system every single day ever since. And I'm here. You know what I mean? And we're doing this thing. You know what I mean? So, but it doesn't work all the time, right? This YM trade may not work, right? So, but using a system is about accepting the reality that loss will occur and will occur often, maybe even more often than you win. But the trick is when you win, can you win correctly and make the money you need to offset your losses? And that's really been the thing that I've focused on in my trading that has kept me consistently in the game. I lose very, very well. I'm a great loser. I never lose more than I'm supposed to lose on any trade. Haven't done that for 7 years, right? I've never lost more trade than money on a trade than I've wanted to do that. And when I go for profit, I use the data to determine what kind of distance, what kind of profit I can go for. And then I just go for it. Like I let the market do what the market's going to do after I get in, and I take no ownership of what happens afterwards. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So the data is very important. So be mindful of not changing your system every single day, every other day, or if you have 2 losing days in a row, it doesn't mean that your system does not work. Okay. And like I said, if you can try and align yourself with the big players, it's always an advantage. Okay. There's so many times where, again, I was being run over because I didn't look. I was too tunnel vision on my 1 minute chart. Okay. So here, yes, I can have conviction that this will go down because we are under here. I'm not comfortable. Okay. Because we're above support, and I trust and I obey my lines. They are my master as the price too. Okay. So this should hold for me. First job, it should hold. Then if we go on the other side of it, then I'm good to go. I don't get to decide. The price tell me, the market tells me, hey, we're back down. Do we know how long they are back under? No. That's uncertainty. Okay. And also something to keep in mind, if we have a trade that works, is it us or is it the market, right? Why I'm melting down, or why I'm chopping all day, or why I'm going back above has nothing to do with us.
Nothing.
Your job, Thor, was over when you entered the trade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something you have to keep in mind. Very important. There is nothing about you when you enter the trade. Now your job is done. You just let the market prove you right or wrong, if the idea was good or not, if you are in harmony with the price. They will show you. You don't know how, you don't know how long it's going to take, And that's none of your business. You should go about and do your thing. You set your bracket. It's going to be a winning trade or a losing trade. Either way, you're a winner.
Either way. See, and
That's
I like that
performing.
so much, Dr. V, because that is so, so true. Like from the moment I'm in, I take no more ownership of the outcome if I win versus I lose. Right? If this goes down and makes money for me, you guys will be I'll go, nice. You know what I mean? Like I'll be excited. I mean, we just made money. Like but at the same time, I'm not going to go out and walk around and go, I'm the man. Like I'm so smart. Like I know this and I know that because none of that's true. Like I didn't there's nothing about me that influenced whether or not this trade worked or not. All I'm doing is interpreting what the market signals are to what I think could or at least should happen. And I'm rolling the dice on it. You know what I mean? And what I can do best and all I can do best is as a speculator, make the most informed, if you dare, scientific decision that I can make about what it looks like the market's going to do. Like a doctor looks at a scan and says, you know what, I think this person has a heart problem. You know what I mean? I'm scanning the market and I'm looking for signs of health, signs of these different things and aligning those with ranges. And if it's there together, kaboom, we're doing what we're doing, but that's all I can do. After that, it is what it is. Instagram for me is Thor Young MA. And Dr. V, what's your Instagram?
Dr. Charland. So DrCharland.
So Dr. Charland on Instagram. She puts out these really fun, which we're due for, I think, by the way.
I
These
know I'm so bad with social media. Like
put you on an alert. I'm gonna start
yeah.
post something.
But I'm a clinician, guys. Okay, that's my first job. I studied to become a psychologist. Okay, so the whole trading thing came in I didn't expect all of that. Okay, so yeah, I need to be
Yeah.
more active. Again, I'm so busy until the end of April. After it's gonna calm down a little bit, but my first mission is always to help people first. And then I really like that side hustle and I'm getting better at it. So I'm happy. It's going to be my 4th anniversary, end of April.
Aw, you're
So
growing up so fast.
I know, right? And
Aw.
I know that 5 years is the magic number. So I'm really looking forward to it. But of course, I'm happy. I'm not where I would like to be yet. But I'm so happy. Like,
Yeah. First off, I am your partner in crime for some of this trading stuff. So maybe your biggest fan, which is, kind of overcooks things a titch. But I just want to remind everyone that having your head game in the right place and being able to approach things with this methodology that she uses is the reason why I think she has gotten to the level that she's at today, which is a lot faster than I got to the level that she's at today. Right. And I think one of the main reasons is, and I would say I likely had a proven trading system that I relied on, maybe as faster than she got to her trading system. Yet you have seen her performance. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that. But this is why it's so important to stay focused on what she's here talking about. And just a little bit of a gush. Don't forget, everyone, she's a practicing PhD who has also become a successful trader, right? This is not something you find in today's trading world, right? Nobody that's out there that's really coaching you right now. You know what I mean? None of that is coming from someone who's actually licensed, who actually has practices cognitive behavioral therapy, hypnosis, all these different things. So this is one of the reasons why she's here every Wednesday. And I encourage you to return here every Wednesday because this is really your one chance. I mean, if you want to work with any major psychologist, I mean, on a YouTube channel once a week where you can ask anything you want, I mean, come on, please. So make sure you're doing that. Come by, hang out, and of course, Dr. V, we're always just so excited to have you here.
thank you.
All right. Slight
Not
rant,
very
sorry.
comfortable. Not very
So I,
comfortable with
I like
all
to
that.
make her feel uncomfortable. So it's my
Yeah.
thing to gush about her and then just make her feel like she wants to, okay, thanks for the compliments. It was
I just
fun.
I just love working with humans. I'm passionate about the brain. And I think in trading in general, we downplay the role of the brain a little bit too much. We keep things very superficial, like using positive mantras and stuff like that. You need more than that. You need
Hmm.
to work on the brain level. You need to work with your cognitions. You know, it's neuroscience. It's really like at the brain level that you have to work. You have to learn, don't get me wrong. But after, now it's the time that you wire for the business. And it's
Hmm.
not an easy task. Okay. It's so hard because you have to
So
do
hard.
the same thing, whatever happens. You know, that's what's hard. Because you have nothing to say here. You just have to obey a set of rules and you shut the hell up and you suck it up, right? That's the only way.
For sure.
The faster you understand that you have to obey to your rules, the faster you'll get there. That's very simple, yet not easy. Like trading can be simple, but it will never be easy. The mind game is about repetitions. It's about building the right trading habits. It's about self-care,
Hmm.
self-love too. It's a
Hmm.
journey inside out. You have to show yourself respect. When you don't obey the rules, you are disrespecting yourself and you are hurting your psychology. And you are traumatizing yourself. A lot of traders
So
I
true.
work with, they want to quit trading not because they're following their plan. I'm tired of losing money, but when they lose money, they were not respecting any rules. So how could they know if they can make it or not? So I would say before you get discouraged in yourself, obey your rules every single day. And I know I talked about the turtle traders experiment, okay? But in that experiment, the traders that made it were the ones that were respecting the rules, whatever the outcomes or how they felt. And their trading strategy was based on moving averages crosses on the daily chart, okay? And the system had a failure rate of 60 to 70%, meaning traders were only winning 3-4 times out of 10. And even if they were losing that much, they kept entering and exiting positions the same way, the one that made it. So even if they had a loss and then a loss and then a loss and then a loss, when they had their winner, they would hold the trend until the moving averages were crossing again. It could be in one day, could be in 6 days, it could be, they were doing what's right to do. Okay, and that's a skill. And that's
It's
the
the
hardest
skill.
one. Yeah.
I mean, I think it is the skill. And I think for anyone, if you really do that, you probably will not lose money. Like you may not instantly start making a lot of money, but you will find that the bleeding slows a lot. And with the traders that I know I've worked with, I'm sure similar with you, Dr. V, I've seen so many of the traders that I work with who end up washing out. I watch them walk away knowing they have everything they need to be making money in the market. Like I know this person knows how to read the market. I know how they know how to see the thing. But when as they go out, I'm just like, man, if you could have just done what you know how to do, you would have done it, but I could just never, I couldn't get them dialed in. One of the reasons why, when we was the exciting part for me when we merged our mentoring communities was because the thing that my mentoring community was lacking was someone who could work with very extreme performance issues where someone is really like self-sabotaging themselves and Sometimes people, this is due to reasons way outside of trading. Most of the time, actually, I would say it's way outside of trading. And you might need to look into something that's seriously a little deeper and darker to figure out exactly why you're behaving the way you are. And again, that's why I'm saying if you're going to work with someone on that high of a level of performance, if you're really not able to do the things you say you're going to do, you're going to need some behavioral therapy. You're going to really need some big help. And this is one of the things Dr. V helped me out with a lot. Not necessarily with getting into trades or holding, partially, but actually for me getting to bigger profit by holding longer and being willing to size up and put more risk on, right? These were all things that I had some behavioral issues with getting around. And that's been mainly responsible for the extra P&L that I get to enjoy these days, is because of that progress. So I was stagnated for a very long time, not able to advance, also due to behavioral stuff. So, I mean, the brain is where you're going to get everything put together.
And it's true that somebody was mentioning that the system is the hard, Sean. Yeah, so the hardest also after the psychology, the hardest part is finding the right recipe. What makes it hard? I think it's because we are highly impatient also. If we treat it as a normal job where you need at least 3 years of education, right, you will see things differently. So you will see finding your system maybe just part of the education process. But you really have to test it as a scientist over and over again and say, you know what, maybe I don't like the open. I lose money, I'm too stressed. Okay, maybe it's not for me. And that's how you grow. Some people find it fast, some people take more time. It doesn't matter. You compare yourself with yourself. And I'm sure if you look at your data from last year, you would see, wow, okay, I am evolving. Sometimes I feel like I'm stagnating, but no, okay, it's good. Reinforce yourself. It's very important.
Look at me.
So system
Navigating.
first, and also for the psychology, guys, I would not advise that you work with a psychologist for your trading before you have a trading system, because you don't know what to repeat. When we work together, I apply very strict cognitive behavioral therapy paradigms. So you have to have a system in place. If you don't have a system, the first thing we do together is try to find it. Okay, so it's going to be easier for you if you have the system. That's why in the beginning, that's the first thing you do. Find your strategy, and then you work on the performance part. Okay, so very important. We don't talk about psychology until you have your plan.
I like that a lot. It's good for focus too, because you don't want to go in there and before you can work on performance, you got to kind of get into it a little bit. So I do like that, but just stay focused in it on as you're learning. I think it's the repetitive aspect. You know what I mean? It's if you can really perform that task over and over again, like there is the developing your system where it's hard to do, but if you do the scientific approach like she's talking about, it will be easier to find a system that works for you because you can tell actually quite quickly, hey, every time I'm trying to use this as a stop, it doesn't work. But if you're constantly varying where your stop is, well, what's working, what's not working? You get so much random variable data. You've got like a scatter plot chart that you have to go through in order to figure out what you're doing. Picking something and just sticking with it. And then if it doesn't work, moving on. If it does, keep with it. So as we get into the end of our session, I wanted to, thank our, Dr. V for coming by always and spending these
Thank
Wednesdays
you.
with us and bringing so much valued content to this channel. It really is always amazing having you on with us. For anybody who is not a member of Bear Bull Traders, currently a good reason to sign up if we're looking for yet another one is the fact that Dr. V every Wednesday at noon does a Back to the Futures session in Bear Bull Traders, where she discusses her higher time frames, she discusses talking futures, and of course is going to talk about psychology while she's in there. So if you've been looking for a reason to get in there and sign, we're going to have that starting up here in a little bit. We got the room opened so people in Bear Bull Traders can get in and see it. So for anyone who's not there, we'll hopefully see you there and do all that. So Dr. V, again,
Thank
really
you so
appreciate
much.
you so much. And we will see you on next time.
Yes, next time. See you guys. Trade safe.